Buy It in Bottles, Richard Ashcroft on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Now listen up, right? It's the Sony Awards this Thursday. Now, for those who don't know, the Sony Awards are like the Oscars for radio presenters and producers and everything, right? So, and as you know, me and Steve, we love to win. We want to win this one. This is the last time the panel will be listening, so I want a good, clean, tight show,
okay.
Right? So no swearing, joking aside, no swearing, nothing controversial and nothing in bad taste, all right? Good luck out there.
Are we a little bit buggered then?
Well, yeah. So, all right, Karl?
Yeah, that's all right. It's just when you say things like, make it a good one. Sometimes it sort of puts a bit of pressure on and things slip out that you shouldn't say and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Have you ever had that?
What, when you can't?
It's like, I'll tell you one story, right? I'll tell you a couple, actually. That one's just come to mind right now, right? There was a fella who my dad was going to meet. I don't know if I told you this before, right? But I have told you, when it was a party and everyone was saying, Dave's coming, he looks like Ken Dodd, but don't say anything. Have I told you?
yeah, go on, what is it again?
And everyone's like, right, and my dad's like, I've never met him, I wonder if he does look like Ken Dodd. And everyone's saying, yeah, but don't say anything. Yeah. Because you'll accidentally, say it. And
the unbunctious, you might go, unbunctious to meet you.
So the thing is, when this fella turns up, he did look like Ken. My dad couldn't believe it. First thing he said, nice to meet you, Ken.
Oh, no.
His name's Dave. And that's the sort of thing. There was another one, right? At a station that I worked at in Manchester, right? There was this girl who worked in the newsroom, right? And she had a plastic arm, right?
Right.
And this presenter, nice bloke, he didn't, he's not out to hurt anyone, went up to her, sat down, was chatting for a bit, touched the arm, said, what lovely skin you've got.
What did she say?
I think, she's probably used to it, so she wasn't bothered. And then, right, this is brilliant. This is a sort of gaff he made on air, right? And like I say, he's a nice bloke, so he meant nothing by it, right? But he does this competition on the air, gets a caller on, right? And he's talking to the woman saying, thanks for calling in and to play, I don't know, what have I got in my pocket or whatever they used to play on the show, right? And talking to the woman, in the background there's this noise, right? Like that, right? So he's talking and he goes, have you got a pet parrot? She said, no, it's my Down syndrome kid.
Oh dear.
The thing is, awards don't matter.
No, I don't think so.
Play record?
I don't think so. So we're not out to offend or annoy.
Appropriate words there. That's the Smiths and Panic. Don't worry about it, Karl. People know that you haven't got a malicious bone in your body. So they know it's confusion. Don't worry.
No, it did happen. So
I know, yeah. So, what have you been doing this week, Steve?
Well, I'll tell you what, at the beginning of the week I was incredibly annoyed by Karl.
Why?
No, because I remember you had a little discussion with Karl a while back saying that you thought he was lazy at times.
Yeah.
And, you had various criticisms of his work.
Yeah.
And I got a call from him. He said, I should have told you, I had a phone call. Someone said that they were trying to get hold of Steve Merchant to offer him some lucrative voiceover work. Now,
that is money for old rope. That's you're in there for about 20 minutes and it's thousands of pounds.
If there are children listening who are still at school, they should definitely, when the careers guy says, what do you want to do? Try and get voiceover work. Just become a voiceover artist. It's money for old rope. Yeah. So I can't believe my luck because, I love money for old rope.
Yeah.
And I said, well, what's the information? He said, I don't know. I deleted the message. It was on his answer phone. He deleted the message. I said, right, when did the message come? He said, last week. So he took a week to tell me that he had deleted the message.
Why? Just because it wasn't for you?
I mean, I don't know how selfish that is, Karl.
No, what happened is, right, I got back off holiday. I was at home.
Yeah.
So I called up my voicemail, right, because I can do that.
Yeah.
Remote access, right, because I've got to know what's going on at work.
Of course.
Called in, it was still my day off. I was going through the messages.
Yes.
Heard one from some company saying, we're after Steve Merchant.
Yeah.
We want him to do some voiceover work.
Yeah.
Right? I can't remember the name of it, but
thanks.
I thought, right, I'll remember to tell Steve.
A week later.
doesn't matter, does it? You still got the message, and they
What message?
Yeah, but voiceovers have to be done in the next couple
Well, I
of
didn't
days.
get the message. All I got was there was a company, I don't remember the name, and they phoned you. They wanted voiceover. How does that help me? There are hundreds of thousands of media companies.
I
You
was
didn't take
more-
down a number. You didn't take down a name. Nothing.
I was more puzzled why they'd want you to voice anything.
He's having a go.
I don't know what.
No, but listen to that voice.
You must be annoyed. You must be annoyed.
I mean, talk about rubbing salt into the wound.
No, but listen to you.
Oh, God.
I don't know what you. I don't know how you think. I don't know how your mind works.
Well, I was thinking there must be a tractor sale on somewhere.
What do I care? No, hang on a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
The
I
worm
don't
has
care.
turned.
I don't care if they want me to advertise, the latest designs in pirate fashion wear. I will do a voiceover because it's money for the rope. I don't care what you think of my voice. Someone was interested. They were offering me money. And you decided arbitrarily, they probably wouldn't want it. They probably made a mistake. They wouldn't like the way he talks anyway. I'll delete the message.
No, the thing is, right,
What if I'd been a girl?
I get paid to sit here on a Saturday,
Yeah.
right? Play CDs and that, help out with the show, get you decent prizes. I think I do me bit,
Sure.
right? It isn't about running your voiceover work.
So hang on. So Carl, let me just get this right. If someone was ever to phone me, right, trying to get in touch with you to offer you work, you'd want me to just ignore the message. That is what you're saying to me. You'd prefer that I deleted the message, I ignored it altogether. That's what you'd want for me to do. That's what you'd want me to do.
What, someone's calling you for some
Someone's
work for
phoned me. They say, I can't. I don't know. I'm a friend of a friend. I've got your number, Steve. I love to use Karl Pilkington for an
Well, you've never
exciting
called me,
sex
so has
scene.
it happened?
Well, I'm saying in the future, if it was to occur, do you want me to just ignore it? Is that what you prefer me to do?
Well, it's not like that, though. I did tell you. I told you the message.
You didn't. What? You told me a week later with none of the information I needed.
Carl, that doctor called last week. That kidney's ready for that little girl that you were doing that sponsored walk for. I forgot to tell you. I hope it's still all right. They keep it on ice, don't they? I think they do.
Selfish, Carl. So selfish. And you've lost us so.
Beautiful bit of Snoop on XFM, yeah? Kicking it with Ricky
old
Gervais.
school, yeah.
Sweet. Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. What has happened to Karl? Because Karl, I thought, is this sort of sweet little buffoon, almost childlike in his ways. You know what I mean? Like Charlie Brown after some sort of head injury, and now he's coming back like that, having a go, not caring about voiceover work. It's like, because Heat have written about him a couple of weeks, it's like he thinks he's better than you in some way.
I do care, though. You're out of order saying that, right? Because I've sorted you out with tickets for stuff.
He doesn't turn up to.
Carl, I received a phone call. You deleted the message offering me voiceover work. You're as bad as my agent. I'm appalled by it. And I thought we were friends.
At least his agent, when he does it, is losing himself money as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got no comeback. You're still sweet. And to have a go is you've got a mank whine. Right?
For a voice.
Like a cartoon Gallagher brother on Coronation Street. I mean, and yes, Steve does sound like a Wurzel, but that doesn't, do you know what I mean?
No.
What about Jethro? Jethro does well. Jethro gets on Des O'Connor anytime he wants.
Just has to phone Des up.
And he's on there.
Straight on
and
there.
he's whining like a Wurzel as well. So, to say that is a rubbish...
All right, apart from that then, what else have I done that's wound you up?
Well, that's a good starting point because you haven't even apologised.
No, it's a shock because that's the first time I've let you down. And I didn't really let you down because I passed on the message.
You didn't. Well, we've been through it. You didn't pass on the message. Saying I deleted a message for you is not passing on the message. I mean, I just think what's happened is that you've got a little bit of celebrity now from the show. I mean, I've seen you being recognised in pubs and stuff, or people have come up and they said, "Are you Karl?" Because they've seen Ricky. Now, it just seems to me that you are not keeping yourself grounded. You are just you cannot deal with fame. You've not got the intelligence to cope with the celebrity, and you're just becoming this kind of ego-driven monster. It scares me, Karl. You're not the man I remember.
Look, I put a lot of work into this on Saturday. This isn't even my proper job. Right? Where were you in the week?
Oh, he's got you there.
What?
Where were you in the week? I said, let's meet up. Let's, come up with some new features and that. Where were you?
Karl, you phoned me about an hour before you wanted to meet. That is not what I would call. I mean, that is arrogance right there.
That's the way I work.
That's arrogance right there. That's ego right there.
He couldn't go. When I came in, he said, "Where's Steve?" I said, "Steve can't make it." I had to tell him why. Steve was staying in to tidy up because his landlady was coming. This he couldn't get over. He could not get over that you couldn't make it because you had to stay with your landlady. He talked about it for about the hour when we were working.
What are you talking? Last week I had a bad throat. You wouldn't tolerate that.
What did you do last week when you had a bad throat? Where were you? Why couldn't we do any work then? Because you were at home with your mum and your dad.
You were on holiday, weren't you?
Why didn't you get your mum and your dad to clean the flat?
Oh, he's done it again. He's done you again, mate. Play a record.
How has he done me? What? They live in Bristol.
Yeah, the joke's on you. He couldn't get him to clean the flat.
I don't know who's laughing at who now.
Right, listen.
Can we just go back to laughing at Carl?
Okay.
Because I know where we stand there.
Okay, all right.
Do you want to,
That's the natural order of things.
I know, yeah.
The world's gone topsy-turvy.
He's stepped out of the pecking order.
Right, well, someone who I don't let down, right, are the listeners of this show. Do you want to read out the prizes for Rockbusters? We'll get that one in.
Are we not doing Rockbusters again, are we?
Yeah.
Well, it was a shambles last week. We cancelled it 2 weeks ago. What?
There you are right there, Rick. I mean, both you and I, and let's be honest, we're the guys with our names on the poster.
I know,
It's supposed to be your show. And
our faces.
Exactly, and yet...
We have to be on tube stations with people laughing at us.
Yeah, well, they're not laughing at me, right?
Wow, I don't know. What do you think people think of the poster, Carl? Seriously?
No, I don't want to know his opinion. It's just going to be insulting. My point is this,
he was looking at you.
My point is this, Rick. We used to be able to decide what the content of this show was.
I know.
Now it's him. It's just him. He wants to do Rockbusters. He gets to do it.
I know. And it's awful, Robert. Like Tourette's Trent D'Arby. Not only is that offensive, it doesn't work as a clue.
Saying that, have you come up with anything for this week?
What's the prizes?
I'll read out the prizes. We've got a brand new XFM, stylish XFM DJ bag.
That is actually quite nice, actually.
Yeah, we've got in there a 12-inch from the XFM remix album. This has got The Cure on there and the Prodigy remixes from them, which is quite handy. We've got a little mouse mat there with the XFM logo on. And here's what everyone's waiting for, the CDs and DVDs. Yeah. Once again, the X list. This is the compilation that XFM have put out. It's actually very good. Smash Hits, the reunion. Let me see what we got on there. Aha, obviously, Wham, Duran Duran, all your favourite 80s and 90s classics. Another copy of DVD, Steve Coogan's Run DVD. What else is this here? Low Fidelity All Stars. Blah, blah, blah. There's Voodoo House and Ghost Funk on there, Rick. I'm sure that'd be right up your street. And also on DVD, Man
Is that
Child.
with or without Wrecked Train?
So yeah, not a bad little selection there, Carl.
You've done well there. So go on and do the clues then. Let's do Rockbusters now.
Well, I'll bung a song on.
And wow, yeah.
I love the fact that he was taking the piss out of your voice. I'll bung a song on. Hey, it's Tripe and Cow Wheels tonight. Now as griddling as gravy.
To be honest, Carl, let's be honest. If Ricky Gervais can get voiceover work,
do you know what I mean?
There's got to be a place for me.
Where do you think the place for him is?
Well, look, right, you were talking about your face on the poster. It's not all bad, because I read something last night that can help you out. Right? And it's amazing. So we're talking about that.
Play a record, Carl.
Warren Zevon, Ain't That Pretty at All on XFM.
104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Right, Carl, calm now. The Sonys, they're listening. We've got to win this award. We're just bickering. Right, what's this thing that can help Steve out? What are you talking about?
No, we'll talk about that in a bit.
What are we doing now?
We'll do Rockbusters, get that up and running.
Yes, sir.
Get the email busy.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
right.
Okay, go on then.
Right, so you know how it works. Cryptic clues, initials.
Well, as I say every week, they're not strictly cryptic. It's more, what am I thinking that starts with these letters? Sometimes.
Is craptic a word? Is that a word? Craptic? Because... Anyway.
Oh, God.
So last week, one of them was, these people from the East Midlands can't help swearing.
Yeah, Tourette's Trent D'Arby.
Tourette's Trent D'Arby.
That's the sort of shite we're dealing with to try and get a Sony.
Right, so here's the clues and that. First one.
And that. What are we after here? The artist?
Yeah.
The band name or solo artist?
It's, I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
Right.
Go on.
So the first one, the hitchhiker needs a lift, but in something bigger than a car.
Go on, what's the initials?
VH, right? The hitchhiker needs a lift, but in something bigger than a car.
Yeah.
Right? Second one, don't be selfish, hand some of it out to your mates.
Right.
The initial there is C. Right?
Yeah.
Don't be selfish, hand some of it out to your mates. And the
Sure,
third
that's
one,
not what is Carl. He's selfish.
no,
Begins with C.
right? And the third one, the Scottish fellas can't get into their emails.
Right, okay.
The Scottish fellas can't get into their emails.
Go on then.
Right, the initials there, KL. Right, so quickly again, the hitchhiker needs a lift, but in something bigger than a car. VH.
Yeah.
Don't be selfish. Hand some of that out to your mates.
Right.
See.
This is your last chance, Carl.
And the Scottish fellas can't get into their emails.
If I hear anything like Wetney Houston or D Trout Spinners or Tourette's Trent D'Arby coming out of this, we're never doing it again. Okay? Have you got monkey news for this week?
Don't know if I want to do it this week. So, just because breakfast do it and that, and just leave it maybe this week. See what happens. See if we need it. We'll see.
Sometimes I don't know. Play a record a minute, Carl. I'll talk to you off air. Play a record.
Or what?
What's the email address again?
ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Okay.
Right? That's where the email the answer's in.
So we've got to remind you whose show it is. Play a record.
Right.
Stop My Head, Ivan Dando on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, and with me, arguing like nutters, are Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Okay, all right, calm down. Right,
let's just chill. Just chill.
Yeah, right.
What did you do last night, Rick?
Watched I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. I tried last week. I knew Tufnell was going to come through. I knew he was. I went to put a bet on, and it was 11-4. And I thought, that's not worth it. I could put on 400 quid, and I reckon I'd have won 1100 because I reckon he's going to win.
Yeah. So that is annoying. I suppose if you could go back in time, you'd probably change things. Do you know what I'd do if I could go back in time? I'd go back in time, stop Hitler from being born.
But then it might be worse because someone else might have come along and he'd been even better. It's like a novel.
Yeah, you're
like
right.
Ben Alton would write a novel like that or something, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Well, our things would be different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I popped to the cinema last night, and it was a joy of an experience because for the first time, I went to see X-Men 2.
I want to see that.
Yeah, really
I saw one. I don't like that sort of thing. I've never been a comic book, never been a geek like yourself. Not yourself, but I mean, you're not a geek in that sense. You're different. I mean,
not in the traditional sense.
No.
I'm one of those sexier geeks. Those modern sexy geeks.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed it, and 2's meant to be even better, isn't it?
I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's good fun. But but more so than the film was the fact that the actual cinema experience, for the first time in a long time, I actually enjoyed because I just had such a problem with the cinema.
Well, I can't go. I have to wait about 3 weeks till it dies down and go in the afternoon. I can't be sat next to people. I don't know why people go to the cinema to eat. Have something before you go in there.
Yeah.
Rattling, crunching. Why is this experience? This film has cost £50 million. It's meant to be an emotional, artistic experience. It's not meant to be something that's on while you're chowing down.
Yeah.
I don't know. But people leave their mobile on. I want when someone answers, you go, I can't talk now. I want to go, smack them on their face with it.
Yeah. No, well, I went to the cinema a while back to see Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
That art house film. And a woman sat next to me, huge, fat blubber of a woman.
But it's up to her. She's earned enough money. She can eat more than she needs.
Sure, but don't squeeze into a seat next to me in the cinema, right, with your flesh, curving over the armrest that we're having to share, right, God. Next to her little weasel of a husband. She's got one of those huge kind of hog-sized barrels of popcorn.
You don't reckon he was one of them feeders?
It was very similar. It really was. She, as you say, she's chowing down on the popcorn. She's one of those women who she's not come out to see a film. She's come out to eat, and if a film happens to be showing, then she'll watch it.
Yeah,
really winds me up. He's got the hot dog and everything. She's eating, and now popcorn already annoys me because
she goes to him, "Are you going to eat that?" He goes, "Well, I was thinking of it. Give it to me.
But I don't know why it was that popcorn became the thing you eat in the cinema. It's like you say, you've made these films, and someone's there thinking, "Well, we've made this great film. We've got the sound mix right, but what we need is something that'll just slightly irritate everyone during the film."
And just see the size. Just see the size of the buckets that go in their popcorn.
But why not serve soup or something or yogurt?
Oh, the slurping would drive me mad, and the spoon touching the bottom of the thing would drive me mad. Don't serve anything. There's no reason you have to do the cinema and go, "Oh God, I need to eat."
Well, this
plan it. You don't go and play tennis eating. What you plan it, don't you?
Well, exactly. Eat before we come out.
Yeah.
Have a sandwich. Have a corned beef sandwich.
Do you know what? Right. What annoyed me is I found out in across America when they showed Schindler's List, they banned popcorn, right, out of respect to the film. What? So they're saying all the other films, sod it, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, this one cost 100 million. It doesn't matter. You can eat popcorn through that.
Yeah.
I mean, ban it through all films.
Well, this woman was one of those ones. She may as well have had a trough in front of her. I mean, she was a state, right?
Oh,
God. She's an idiot as well because the trailer comes from. I remember at the time the trailer came on for AI, that film AI.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if you've seen the trailer for it, but it's something like, I don't know exactly, but it's something like Martin is a 6-year-old boy.
Yeah, he's 20 kilograms, he's 3 foot high, yeah. But he is not human. Yeah.
He's a robot.
Yeah.
And she's just watching that, right? Bear in mind, the point of the trailer, he's a robot.
Yeah.
She says, how old was he again? I wanted to slap her. I was livid. I went, he's a robot. He's a robot, that's what's important. She says, a trailer comes on for a war film. She goes, I shan't be seeing that. She just announces it, I shan't be seeing that. And I'm bored with war films. Bored with them next.
Oh, God.
And then, so the title card comes up for Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. You know, like at the beginning, they get everything. Yeah. It comes up, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Now, she's in the cinema. She goes, what a stupid name for a film. I was thinking, but you paid to see it. And then it says subtitles in brackets. She goes, oh, it's not subtitled, is it? So it comes on, and I think in the film, I think they speak maybe Mandarin or Chinese or something. I'm not sure, but let's say it's Mandarin. So they come on, they start, and it's all subtitled, and they start speaking in this Mandarin or Chinese. And she just starts going, in the cinema, just saying it out loud.
No.
She and her boyfriend are cracking up. They're weeping with laughter, right? And I'm trying to watch this film. He's got to laugh,
otherwise she bites him.
Exactly. So I'm so livid. So I really make a show of getting up with all my stuff. I get up and I kind of clamber over some of the seats.
Yeah.
I sit down next to these 2 teenage girls with the mobile phone.
Oh,
the mobile phone goes off, and like you say, instead of, I mean, it should have been off anyway.
Yeah, of course.
But let's say, instead of it being, instead of immediately thinking, oh God, and switching it off hurriedly, they take the call in the cinema. I'm in the cinema. Yeah, no, I'm in the... Start having a conversation. And I was thinking to myself, you're 16, unless that is your business partner in Hong Kong phoning you, saying the deal is not going to go through, which I suspect it's not. I suspect it's probably Gareth, or Gavin, or your boyfriend Tony saying, do you want to do me behind the bike sheds later? Yeah. I suspect that's who it is.
Yeah.
Switch off the phone, or very least get out.
I know.
Get out of the cinema. But I can't... I mean, I don't know where these people were brought up or raised. I don't know who it was that told them this was behaviour that you could do.
I really want to have cinema police.
Yeah.
Right, you go in there, and if the phone goes off, you get your money back and you're asked to leave. Yeah. Straight away. Any whispering, go, if you whisper again, if you're too stupid
to be able to figure it out.
Yeah, just they tell you what age you should be, right, to get that film.
Yeah.
That's it. If you listen and you're not eating and you're not talking, then you should be able to get a film.
Well, I was in the cinema last night, and as I came in, there was a big queue, and as I came in, there was people there taking your ticket, showing you to your seat. Now, when did it happen that I was no longer able to find my own seat at the cinema? Why is it that I can go in the daytime, I can find I'm left to fend for myself? But now it seems that on a Friday night, there's so many stupid people out there who can't find their decent seat.
No, I think that is policing. I think that's to stop people thinking I'll just sit here and having to deal with it themselves. Because I mean, if someone was in my seat, even if there was another seat, I'd go, well, no, that's mine. I want lots of policing in social occasions. I want to go into a pub and go, that is too loud, that music. Those people are too annoying. They're standing up. They're too annoying.
I remember being in the cinema once and seeing a guy. He was a big fat guy again. He had popcorn, the hot dogs, the Coke, right? And he had it balanced on this little wall that was sort of separating parts of the cinema. And he was a big fat guy. Just sat there. I was watching. I think it was Beetlejuice. I was watching. Right. And some local hard nuts. They were on the same row. They started kicking the little wall to knock his food off. And I thought, brilliant.
Oh no! I think you want to bully fat people.
Yeah.
Play a record, Carl. It's getting really nasty now.
Can I pick on you?
50 Cent in the club on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Still arguing, this time about having help from your mum and dad. What do you think, Karl?
No, I'm not. I don't want this to turn into some sort of wacky type of thing where we're pretending we're arguing.
Yeah.
Well, we're not pretending.
We're not pretending. You are arguing.
Yeah, I know what people will think we're messing about.
Oh, right? I wouldn't have thought so.
We just need to... We can talk about it later, sort it out.
Yeah, it's just that Carl's a little bit stressed.
I'm not stressed, though.
And he doesn't really understand that, So, me and Steve have got lots of different jobs in the week. He's just got one job.
Yeah, and we sort of rely on people getting messages to us, as soon as they get them, and not sort of deleting them from their phone selfishly.
Yeah.
Just things like that, people being on the ball. Not just thinking about themselves all the time, not just thinking about number one.
What do you think, Carl?
Whatever. Do you know what I mean? Whatever.
Don't get all maudlin again. Just having a little discussion. Yeah, this will annoy you. Guess what? Think of this, you little slaphead twat. Apparently, that's Sony's ours. Right, apparently, women can get bald treatment on the National Health Service, but men can't. What do you think of that? Do you think that's fair?
Is that a fact?
It's a fact.
We should point out that Carl is, would you say balding?
Yeah.
Would that be fair?
Well, either that or a wide parting.
He looks like Charlie Brown. He's got the same sort of hair arrangement as Charlie Brown.
Yeah, he's
I don't think Charlie was balding though. He was only about 10.
Well, no, but he just had like a couple of things on top, and his hairdo. Carl's had a hairdo that keeps.
It's not a hairdo.
No. What is it then? What is it?
It just happened. I've told you. Noel was in right once.
Noel who?
Gallagher.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh right, you're on first name terms.
Right. And
from the hood, isn't he?
And whoever was doing the interview said, "Well, you know what? Will Liam be able to keep up that sort of hard attitude, right? Say when he gets older and he goes bald, and could he still carry off the sort of attitude that he's got?" And he was like, "No, he'd never have that style. He couldn't have that style that lad's got in there." And pointed at me.
Yeah.
I said, "It's not a style." I said, "I didn't go to the barbers and say, can you just like shave the top bit, leave the sides?"
Yeah. Can you remember that flyer tuck?
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
Right, and you were just saying to me, what would you do if you went back in time? I'd probably use a better shampoo.
I wish we could tape the conversations we have off air.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they are ridiculous. What would you do if you go back in time? And the other stuff we were just talking about is obviously can't talk about.
Can I just ask though? Sorry, when did you start to notice it was disappearing? I mean, at what age did it kick in?
I worked a lot. You see, you'll be safe. Do you know what I mean? Your hair will stay there, but it's when I used to do a lot of hours working. And
yeah, you were stressed and things. Yeah.
Stressed out, and it just went.
Well, I'm beginning to understand what stress is like, because I'm not getting messages and stuff like that. But
yeah.
But probably about 24.
That's unlucky, isn't it?
Something like that.
And did you panic, or were you just
not bothered?
Not bothered.
He's not bothered. He wouldn't be bothered.
I'm not bothered.
But I don't think for someone who doesn't care about going bald or war or SARS or anything, you don't have to get stressed on a Saturday between 1 and 3.
To be fair, you are worse than all those things. SARS has got nothing on you when you're in the right mood.
But why is it all right for women then to have a wig? But I couldn't have one if I wanted one.
Well, there's not a wig. They get bald treatment. They actually can get their hair replaced on the National Health, which might be anything, I suppose. Which might be wigs, which might be transplants. I mean, the only cure for baldness is a transplant, which they literally take follicles. They get it down to individual follicles now from the back of your neck, and it takes a long time. And
well, people will know anyway, won't they?
I don't know when it starts though. Like now, if you started wearing a wig, people go, "Were you wearing a wig because you were bald yesterday?"
Yeah.
You can't start thinking, right, I'm going to go bald in a year, I'll start wearing a wig now. That's the thing to do, isn't it?
It is really, if you're that bothered. But I wasn't. I just thought, right, it's losing it a bit, shave the lot off.
But did you know you had that round head underneath it? Did you know it was going to be that funny though? You presumably worn a wig, wouldn't you, if you'd have known? Because I've never seen a head that round.
I think the barber, when they did it, right, the woman said, "You can pull that off. You've got a good shaped head for having it shaved." That's a good head.
Yeah, she looks like a tennis ball. You look like a tennis ball when you haven't shaved.
She said, if you can pull it off, she said that's like a good thing to see if someone's good looking. If they can have a bald head, it's like Sinead O'Connor, right? She can pull it off. There's those sort of things. Do you know what I mean?
Telly Savalas.
No, but that's like one of the things. If you look good with a bald head, that means you're pretty good looking.
Yeah.
And if you can wear a bicycle helmet and look good, that's another thing that you must be pretty good looking to pull that off.
But who have you seen in the bicycle helmet that you think's good? Who have you seen in the bicycle helmet and thought, oh god, they must be good looking, they're good in the bicycle helmet?
Well, everyone. That's what I'm saying.
Who?
No one looks good, do they? Really? It's
So what would you say? Brad Pitt would look good in the bicycle helmet?
I don't know. I'll have to see. But I'm just saying that's like one of the two things really. That's.
And what blokes do you think look good bald? Who do you think would look good bald?
Don't know. Give me some names and I'll tell you whether they'd be all right if they're bald.
George Clooney.
I don't think he does. I don't think he would do.
Who else?
Well, this could run and run.
Al Pacino.
Yeah, he could probably pull it off. He'd probably look all right.
Do you think he looks all right with hair then?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well done, Rick. Sony Award-winning stuff.
Play a record. And there's a guy going, oh, he's stressed. Wild Wild Horses by the Rolling Stones on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington, little bald-heady Karl Pilkington. You quite like being bald, don't you?
Well,
No fuss.
Like I say, I'll probably won't age for a bit now.
Won't age for a bit? What do you mean you won't age for a bit?
Because I already look quite old.
I don't think so. Not with a hat on, you look really young.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just saying. So I won't change that much. It's like that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I actually don't think, as long as you shave it straight back, I can't have you on that. Nothing wrong with it.
But that kid who had that aging disease, just shave her head, and she wouldn't age that fast anymore. Do you know what I mean?
So this is the 5-year-old girl who had an awful disease where...
Well, we don't know much about it, to be fair.
No, we just know that you fell in love with the title of the programme, the girl that was older than her mum, right? And you were annoyed that people wouldn't serve her fags and alcohol. If she's living like an 8-year-old, let her have a fag.
Doesn't that sum up this show, though? Carl's comment, we don't know much about it.
Yeah.
We're still willing to make comments about it, to discuss it in length and possibly make crass jokes, even though we're ill-informed, as ever.
Yeah.
Right, well, there's something for you, right?
Go on.
This is what I wanted to tell you about, right?
Me.
Yeah, face transplants. There's this some kid somewhere, right, who had a bit of an odd-looking face. Right?
A bit of a what?
Bizarre-looking face.
Yeah.
And there's a doctor somewhere who said, I can sort that out for you. Right?
Sure.
And basically what they do is they've got to get a face off a dead person.
Right.
Sorry. Just in this documentary you saw, did this documentary feature, say, John Travolta and Nicolas Cage? Was it that documentary you saw?
All right. Listen, you see.
Go on.
So
okay, no, so you can't get a face of a dead person. Yeah, go on.
Sorry to dismiss the idea of face transplants out
Yeah.
of hand. But go on.
So yeah, it's got to be a face of a dead body that isn't older than like 4 hours old.
Right.
4 hours dead, whatever. They can take it off, fit it on the new face.
It makes sense. But it's not just your face that you lose it, but it's the muscle tissue and bones, isn't it? When it's like disfigured, it could be through fire or whatever, or disease or whatever. So they can't just literally plonk a face on. They have to do something else, don't they?
You're asking Carl like he's going to know.
I forgot then. He looked at. Was that in Russian?
Yeah.
I wish we could get him on telly just to show the look on his face when I said that.
Yeah,
it was brilliant,
ludicrous.
wasn't it? It was. You know when you go to a cat. Hey, we want some food then. And he just looks at you and he goes. It's almost like he can understand what we're saying. Go on.
It's like if you had been caught holding a mallet over a dead body by the police.
What I'm saying is, it would sort of work. Yeah, if you peeled your face off and put my face on it, oh my God, why don't you and Steve, for an experiment, swap faces?
And the great thing is, I wouldn't age.
Yeah. Would you do that if it was safe?
I think I'm getting the rough deal here, though. To be honest.
Yeah.
Well, no, you get some money back. It'd be part exchange. I mean, it would, it's like you'd make up the difference just to wear your brilliant face for a week.
But the doctor was saying how it's not complicated. He said the worst thing is something about the people who were related to the dead person. It's a bit weird for them still seeing the face of someone they know walking about when they're dead.
Yeah, I can see that would be odd, yeah.
I love you, Carl. You are brilliant. Honestly, you're never a dull moment. It doesn't matter whether you're talking or I'm squeezing your head. I'm never bored. I never go, oh, that's enough, Carl. Do you know what I mean? I got battling tops, I got bored. It's like computer games. You think it's the best game in the world, and someone goes, how are you getting on with Tomb Raider? You go, oh, I don't play it anymore. I go, how's Carl? I go, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. I was squeezed it yesterday. I was squeaking in his face. I got him down to the ground. He said this. He said that. I'm never bored with you. Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant. I'd like to rent you out to people.
See me, I'm different. I would happily leave him now in the bottom of the cupboard.
Until quiz
With the
night.
Scale Electrics.
until the old pub quiz night when there's no one else who will have you on the team.
Sure.
And suddenly you want to be my best mate.
Done him again.
Right?
Yeah, where's his mum and dad then, Carl? Yeah?
In Bristol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
I love the fact you can insult me but never insult my parents. Please. Feeder, Butt Rogers, XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington.
Carl just said to me, so what face would you have to me? And I went, what do you mean? He went, well, whose face would you have? And I went, I don't know. A boy's, so the skin would be regenerated. He went, no, it'll be a bit weird. He said, oh no, someone famous. And I went, I don't know. I went, whose would you have? He went, Barry Sheen.
No, but what I meant was when I was talking to Suzanne, Suzanne about it, saying this is amazing, she said, well, whose face would you have?
Right.
Now, it's got to be fairly recent to have the skin fresh, because it can't be too old. Right. So I had a choice of, like, Barry Sheen, or what's her face off Last of the Summer Wine.
Who?
Who's the old woman who just passed away?
Thora Hird.
So that's what I meant. If I could have any face, because she said, well, you could have had Tom Cruise or something. I said, well, he's not dead. I said, no, but you could have had that.
You'll give yourself restrictions in your fantasy. Sort of like look down your picture. I love the idea that someone getting you a call. Mr. Pilkington. Hello, it's Dr. Hanrahan. Barry Sheen has just passed away. And you go, oh dear. Yeah, bad news and good news. Do you want his face or do you want his face?
Does Suzanne go out with you like for charitable reasons? Is it like you can adopt a boyfriend?
I love the fact that she encourages you.
She was saying about Tom Cruise, and I was like, oh, you know, she said, you know, he's not a bad looking fella or whatever.
So, well, what she's saying is, Carl, is there any chance you could go and get a different face? Maybe something like Tom Cruise would be good.
Then I was saying, right, first of all, he's got to be dead and he's not. But if he was, and you had that done, would you feel like
people were looking at you on the tube?
Well, no, like, say if the people who made Mission Impossible said, well, we want to do a third one, would I be in my right to say, well, I don't want to do it?
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't mean to be offensive, Carl, but your girlfriend could do a lot better than you. I don't know what you're thinking.
I love the idea of this whole conversation about you in Tom Cruise's face and then get offered a film.
But why does she have conversations like this with you?
It was now on last night. It was now on the telly.
I love it. What should we talk about? What about getting a new face? Oh, dear. Oh, that cartoon. If you don't know what Carl looks like, there's a cartoon that was in last week's Heat, isn't it, that I drew is on the website. What's it going for now? Bid?
I think it's at about £225 at the moment.
And what do they have to do to bid for it?
Just email in and I'll pass it on to the website people.
I know why Heat put it in. It's because the editor, Boyd Hilton, looks a little bit like you, doesn't he?
Sort of my ugly brother.
He's probably listening and he says nice things about you.
Yeah, he can still say nice things, but I bet he knows deep down. You know if you're good looking or not, don't you?
Can't believe
Come on, Steve. I mean, what do you think?
This is going crazy now, Carl. I don't know. You're just, the insults are flying left, right, and centre. You've got no limits. You're just gone crazy. You've just gone wild. You're swanning around just because you look like Tom Cruise.
I think it's because he's been hanging out with Christian O'Connell.
Yeah.
And they're both thinking, we're
a couple of media players. Yeah. Too big for their boots.
Yeah, not scared. Although he's scared of Christian.
No, he's terrified.
He's scared of Christian in here because he's not allowed to do monkey news.
No,
because Christian wants to do it. He's scared of him.
I'm not saying that, right? Christian.
You do monkey news, but Christian wants to do some monkey news. I'm not allowed.
Once around the block, badly drawn boy. I like him. He's funny as well. You know what? I think he looks like if me and you were put in a blender, Carl. Do you know what I mean? He's got my sort of shape. He's got your sort of accent and.
I think that when you put in a blender, does that would a voice sort of mix?
The times I thought of putting the two of you in a blender.
Do you remember? I told you that thing about the sponges, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, that freaked him out. You know, if you get two sponges and you dye one red and one blue, and you liquidize them, we pour them into a tank of water. After a couple of hours, there's a blue sponge and a red sponge because their cells know, and they reform. And do you know what he said? He went, how'd you kill a sponge then?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, what a great thing to say. Oh, my back's killing me because I went, I did my back in last week and I had to get a chiropractor out and I couldn't walk. Well, as soon as I could walk, I came in here on my day off and did when you were in Bristol with your mum and dad looking after you. And then I went to Selfridges Sunday and...
Well, you got a bit of money now, why not?
Yeah. And I went into the sports department and there's a golf simulator there, £38,000, and it's just like a shed. And I was looking at it like a kid in a sweet shop, and the two blokes that work there, they recognised me and went, "Oh, I do." I said, "Yeah, good." I was just looking at that simulator, it's brilliant, isn't it? He went, "Do you want to have a go?" And I went, "No, I'm crap, I can't do it." I said, and I got a bad back. And I went, "You have a go." And he did it, and a couple of times he went, "Oh, that's not bad." And he went, "Do you want to go?" I went, "Yeah, go on then." and I put it all out, and I really tried my hardest.
Of course you did.
And it took off, and it was really good shot. And he went, "Good." I went, "Well," I said, "I'm not go." And I was thinking, I've got to hit this one as well. I've got to hit this one too. And I hit it again. I had 3 goes. I hurt my back after the first one.
Yeah, but you carried on.
And he went, right, I said, "Cheers, thanks very much." And I walked away. And I went to Jane. I went, "I've got to get a cab." She went, "I've done my back." She went, "Well, why did you show off?" I went, "I had to."
Of course you did. That sums you up. That just
I was in
hits the
agony.
nail
I
on
was
the
all
head.
the way back. And I had to lay on the floor and put ice on my back again for about 3 hours.
What was the best you thought could happen? That they would just say, "Oh my God, that guy, that's Ricky Gervais. Is there nothing he can't do?"
That's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
As I was seeing that, I go, "Cheers." Yeah. As I got about a few yards away, I just slowed down, and Jane go, "What are you waiting for?" I go, "Listen," and it did go, "That man is a god."
Yeah.
And I go, "Come on, Jane, let's go home." Yeah.
You just all. Have you ever been able to walk through a fairground, past one of those machines, those test your strength machines, and not have a go at it?
I don't think I'd be very good at that.
I bet you cannot walk past one of those rifle ranges and not have a go.
I love rifle
but
ranges.
You've got to be the best, I imagine.
Yeah, if someone had just won before me, I go, "It's not worth it, it's fixed."
Sure.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Pathetic.
Yeah, well, so that's why my back's, it's ridiculous, isn't it? But I hate not being able to do stuff. It's like I'm punishing the injury.
Yeah.
I know if I laid in bed for a week it'd be better, but I go, no, why should I?
Yeah.
I used to when I was a kid, I used to hit my head on the banister or something, and I used to go and get a hammer and hit the banister. And then I started thinking, when I was about 8, I remember if I'd hurt myself, I'd go, "Ha ha, God, didn't hurt."
He's up there thinking, "Oh, bloody hell."
How mental is that? Carl, what are you thinking, mate?
All right, Rockbusters, that's what I'm thinking.
Straight to it. Go on then, who's the winner?
Right,
I've got to do the clues again.
Right, the first one was the hitchhiker needs a lift, but in something bigger than a car.
Yeah, snappy, go on.
VH.
Yeah.
Right, that was Van Halen,
Van Halen, hailing a van.
because he wanted something bigger than a car. That's the first one.
Yeah.
All the
Second one.
tenses are mixed up, everything. It's just, go on.
Second one, don't be selfish. Hand some of that out to your mates. That was C. That was share. All right. It's all right.
Yep.
And the third one, the Scottish fellas can't get into their emails. The initials there, KL. They Kenny Loggins.
Right. That's the last time we do Blockbusters. That is the last time we do it.
No.
It is. That's
a
the last time. Give the prize to someone.
Kenny Loggins. I'm going to give that one to
Kenny Loggins.
Helen Perrott. She has emailed in, and actually, Helen, I need you to email in your address if you would, so we can send you those goodies, DVDs in the bag and stuff.
But who would get Kenny Loggins then? If the clue was good, who would get Kenny Loggins? What did he do? Footloose.
Yeah.
That famous
But I have
film
to say
about
that, right?
where dancing was banned.
Yeah.
In that nebulous... Yeah.
That's an extraordinary film. I saw it once in America. Like you say, Kevin Bacon in a town where dancing has been banned. I was watching it. It was like if aliens had been watching Earth, but only monitoring us through our TV and films, and then tried to make a film about humans. That's the film they'd end up with.
What do you think? What do they think of Queen the musical? Because they're, of course, rock and roll's banned, isn't it?
In the future. I'm not looking forward to the future, Rick, where feelings and emotions are going to be banned.
I can't believe it. Where's our hoverboards?
Yeah. So yeah, well done to Helen Perry. Is that the last time we do Rockbusters?
No.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Yeah. After the break, Monkey News.
No, we'll play. We'll do a break. Don't know about Monkey News. Got some other stuff as well.
We'll do Monkey News after the break.
I'm saying.
Radiohead, they're there. Like everything they ever do, that's grown on me more and more. That is brilliant. XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. Well, you know what it's time for, don't you? Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
It always gets me, that jingle. It's a joy. What's more, please?
Well, Carl, do you reckon you could sort out, do other people have real jingles with their name on it and don't have to say who's in the room, what's happening, and do their own jingles?
Well, Christian's got one for it, for Monkey News, that he does.
Why is Christian doing Monkey News? I don't understand this.
Because he did it ages ago.
So you ripped it off of Christian?
I haven't ripped it off. I said to him, there's enough Monkey News to go around. Right?
But hold on, though, I don't want cast-offs. I thought this was your idea.
Well, let's not do it. But what's new? Come on, what's new?
What?
There's Monkey News out there. I mean, if he wants to have a meeting in the week and say, well, this is the news I've got, the way I see it is, he can do it in the week. He's doing like the news at 10 type Monkey News. We're on a Saturday. We're like the, Jeremy Paxman Monkey News night. We look at stuff more in depth.
Well, you very much get behind the Monkey News, it's true. Yeah. You sort of interpret it. You give it your own spin.
You're the man behind the monkey behind the news. I mean, I know that.
Yeah.
But ours isn't called Monkey News anyway. It's sort of generic term like the news. Ours is called Chimpanzee That, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's seen a bit of Monkey News in it. Right. So are we doing it or not?
Well, I've got no reason to stop doing Monkey News.
He probably played Radiohead as well.
Well,
should we not do that?
I said that David Attenborough did Monkey News before all of us. Do you know what I mean?
But I personally don't listen to Christian because I don't get up that early. So, I'm missing out on a lot of Monkey News.
I'm not saying
I don't listen to it because I don't get up that early. I'm not saying it's a bad show. My point is this. There's a lot of people I imagine who don't listen to Monkey News in the week. Perhaps they miss it or they're busy. It's nice to have a little kind of omnibus Monkey News at the weekend with Karl Pilkington. So that's what this is.
So we're doing it then.
Let's play the jingle.
Oh, Chimpanzee That Monkey News night.
Excellent. Good. So we'll sort of get some monkey experts on maybe next week to dissect it.
Right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Right. There's this monkey. Right?
Oh, yeah.
It's called Jack. Yeah. Right. I got pally with this bloke who worked in a railway station.
How? Pen pals?
I don't know. I didn't say all that. I'm just telling you. I'm not sure.
Chat rooms on the internet.
So anyway, he's helping him out all the time. It's this fella's job, right, to sort of make sure it's safe for the trains to come in, that sort of thing, right? But he's always working on his own. So he's got his mate Jack in with him, right? This little monkey, and they're having a good time. They share lunch together and stuff like that. Anyway, it gets to a point when the fella whose job it is, right, starts getting old. And Jack, the monkey, starts getting more involved.
Presumably this is a chimpanzee as opposed to a monkey, you mean? When you say monkey, it's generic term, you mean chimps usually, don't you?
Yeah.
Go on then.
So, he's clocking the fella doing his job and he's thinking, I can do this, right, the monkey.
I love it.
Yeah. He's helping out, he's pulling down the levers and stuff, so the train's sort of coming on the right lines.
Sure, yeah.
He's clocking it, he sticks his head out of the little window, see the train's coming and that.
I hope British Rail are listening.
Yeah.
Right? In the end...
Oh, yeah.
The fella whose job it is, he lost a leg for some reason, couldn't work anymore.
Lovely.
Gave Jack the job.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
The railway company are happy with that. I'm sure they interviewed a number of people, but he was the best monkey for the job.
And that's good, isn't it?
Well, it's not true.
Right, once again.
Well, it's not true. Don't hand Steve a piece of paper that someone put on the internet who is probably a bigger mentalist than you. That's not proof. It's not true. At no point did a railway company give a chimpanzee the job of signalman.
It was ages ago.
What?
Steve, when was it? It was
before trains, probably.
Well, it's in the 1880s, according to this piece of paper, which is what you've based your Monkey News on. Now, of course, I think ITN and a lot of the news channels, they tend to get lots of independent confirmation of their news before they give it out as fact. But you've got an email from someone, so let's assume that's real. It says, for this, Jack was officially put on the railway payroll, earning 2 cents per day and have half a bottle of beer on Saturday. That's what we pay you, isn't it?
He doesn't even get the beer. Oh, dear, he's not allowed to drink, are you?
Someone emailed in actually and said, Carl, some years ago, did you die? And they took your face and transplanted it onto that of a chimpanzee. It would make a lot of sense.
I've never seen you. He always has t-shirts right done up and long sleeve. I bet he's hairy under there.
Yeah.
I bet you are hairy because you have to shave right up to your eyes. You're one of them, aren't you? And I can see the growth and it comes out the top there. Are you really hairy underneath?
Pretty hairy.
Are you really?
Well, what's wrong with that?
You're a humanity, aren't you? That's why you're fascinated with them and why your IQ is sort of about 80. I think you might be. I don't mean there was any. I think it was a genetic sort of throwback.
Well, you're pretty hairy. Look at your arms.
What? Just look, give me that banana and shut up. Play a record. That's mine. Cheering breaks. Average Man on XFM 104.9. Well, nearly another show over, Carl. You've now got a squeaky chair there. Why don't you sort that out? Have it oiled. What do you do in the week? Do you know what I mean?
Can I just nominate a woman that annoyed me today?
Go on.
On the tube. I got off at Piccadilly Circus. The sign says "Mind the Gap." Big sign saying "Mind the Gap." Voice on the tannoy says "Mind the Gap." Woman steps over the gap, goes, "Oh, that's dangerous." I was livid. I was just annoyed. I wanted to slap her. There's always one in there every day. So as you walk down the street, I just feel like I want to squat certain people out the way. Swat them out the way.
We went into this little restaurant me and Carl. Was it Thursday? And we're sitting down there, and it's busy outside, and we go sit at the back. She went, "That's no smoking." I went, "Yeah, we're not going to smoke." So we sit there right at the back. Right? We get there, and there's two women there, right? And I'm sitting there, and they light up a fag, and I go to Carl, "There's meant to be no smoking." He went, "Yeah, so what?" I went, "Well, it's the principle. The rules are there." He goes, "Rules? You say twat, muff, and shit on air. Never mind rules." I went, "Well, they've annoyed me now, right?"
Yeah.
So the waitress comes over and he's put it there. He goes, "Oh God!" He puts his head down as well. I said, I don't know why I said it like this. I went, "I thought it was just no smoking."
Of course,
right?
Yeah.
She went, "It is, yeah." And I went, "Right, okay, well, they're smoking." She went, "Oh, well, you'll have to move then." I went, "What?" She went, "Do you want to smoke?" I said, "No, I don't want to smoke." I said, "They're smoking over there, right? Try not to." And she went, "Oh, well, I told you." I said, "No, I don't want to smoke. They're smoking." She went, "Oh, right." And I got to move, didn't I?
See, that's
what a
it.
little snitch.
Yeah.
But it annoyed me.
Do you worry though that someone's going to look around and go, "Is that Ricky Gervais off the telly?"
Yeah, well, I can't complain now. So if I go in, I get bad service. I can't complain because I think, "Oh, look at him. He thinks he can complain." So I have to do it secretly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But there was oh God, right. People come up to me, they recognise me, and they give a lot of laughs, and I don't mind it at all. I don't know, I never know what to say, and I'm always, I say thank you very much. I say love the show, whatever. I say of course, and that's great, and they're polite. And I was in the pub the other day. And I was just with Johnny, and people had been coming up. They go, "Do you mind?" I said, "No worries at all. Yeah, it's absolutely fine." Right, and then this group came in, about 20 somethings, right, and they're a bit pissed up. And this woman comes up to me, right, and she stands there. She goes, "Right, we like you in our house, right, but you're not as good as Paul Calf." And I went, "Oh yeah, Steve Coogan." I said, "He's brilliant, isn't he?" She went, Yeah, you're not as good as him." I went, "Oh, well, not bad to come second to, is it?" And then because I did that, she went, "No, you're great. I've just done my dissertation." I went, "Oh, right, well, I was in nursing." She went, "Yeah." She went, "Oh, right. Anyway," she went, "Can I have a hug?" And I went, "Well," she went, "Can I have a kiss?" I went, "Well, not really, no." And then this woman who wanted to take a photo, she went, "Oh, you were so nice on the BAFTAs." I went, "Well, I am being nice. I'd rather, I don't know you." And I was like, "Oh God," it was embarrassing, right? And then, so I took a picture, right? And then she goes, "Anyway," and they sort of dragged her away. The mate sort of dragged her away. And then I was going, "Oh God, I've got to go now because they're over there." I said, I can't stand it. I don't mind. And she came over and she went, "Ricky," and she sat down, and I went, "I'm going." And I had to go. And then I was with Johnny, and Johnny went, "Oh God, I've left my bag there." So we had to go back and go. And she's going through the bag.
Oh.
She went to me, "You bastard! I'll never effing watch you again." I thought, well, all right. I don't know what to say, really.
Nice of her to clean up her bad language.
Yeah. Well, she
Family
knew.
pub.
I know.
I got no time for it. I just think it's out of order. I mean, this whole sort of notion that if you're a celebrity, you're public property. I discount it. They go, people, what you hear people say, "Oh, it's me who put you where you are today." And I think, well, yeah, thanks for watching, but we made the show and everything.
I know.
We put it on the TV. It's not like if you get a plumber round, he does his job and work for you. You don't go around his house and hassle him.
It's not. I don't seek it. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't phone up the but you know what I mean? I don't try and get on the telly and everything. And I refuse to, I don't go to showbiz parties, but I refuse not to go to the pub with my mate. And I just seek out, there's fewer and fewer pubs. I just go to the quietest, you know, with one old bloke and a dog. And it's sort of like...
But most people are really...
I love it, honestly. People who come out and they're polite and I chat, like, I love the show.
It's like...
It's alcohol. Yeah, I know. It's just, oh, God.
They mutate into something, you know,
and they just, they don't understand. Of course they don't. You know, they're not.
But to me, it's the same people who behave badly in the cinema. It's just this breed of person. It just. I mean,
I know.
Can I put them in room 101?
Let's do that next week, shall we?
Well, we're all having a moan.
Yeah, go on.
Tell you who's annoyed me this week.
Go on.
If we're making it a little feature.
Go on.
David Blunkett.
What's Blunkett been up to?
He's reading yesterday.
His dog's not been around your house again.
No.
Causing trouble outside.
He's put a stop to people having sex outdoors.
What do you mean? What's up with that?
If he had sight, would he have stopped it?
See you next week.
I thought we were not trying to offend anyone.
Well, here we are again, XFM on a Saturday. Just gone 1 o'clock, Steve, if I'm very much mistaken. But we're not here as such. We're away again, gallivanting around. We've got to do the special sort of best of again.
Okay.
Which we did a few weeks ago. So this is the best of the last 3 weeks. Which I think is, I think it's the best 3 weeks we've ever had. But I'd like it condensed into 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, some great music as well in there.
Yeah, there'll be some great music interspersed with fine chat that you've already heard.
Yeah.
Except this bit. This bit's new. We've actually, out of the kindness of our heart, we've come in last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've done a few clips just because we felt a bit guilty about shooting off.
Yeah. Even now, having heard this link, I'm beginning to wonder if it was worth our time.
Oh, dear.
You know, I've said in the past to you, Rick, that my grandparents, so I love them dearly, but it's like for the last 30 years, they've been waiting to die.
I know.
It's like they just sort of, it's like, you know, the novelty wore off of life.
Life in the 50s.
Yeah, they got kind of bored of it. Life, in the 40s, it was brilliant. All sat around the old Joanna as the bombs fell, singing. They loved that. The 50s, you know, that was great as well, because that was the post-war years. It was, you know, it was a bit tight in the pocket, but it was all right. Everyone pulled together. And then the 60s came along, all the crazy music, the funny hair.
Let's stay in bed.
Exactly. They basically stayed in bed. And it was one Christmas when my grandmother said to my dad, what do you like for Christmas? What do you fancy for Christmas? And this must have been, I don't know, 20 years ago. She said, what do you fancy for Christmas, Ron? And he went, well, you know, I could do with a nice big kind of warm winter overcoat. She said, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, because your father will be dead soon. It's what you can have his. Meaning my granddad. Well, I'll be honest with you, my father's still waiting. Which is good news. Good news for my grandfather. Less good news for my dad. He's freezing.
He's freezing. He finds out, how is he today? He's fine. Okay. Oh, I'm freezing.
It is such a weird mindset, that. I think that to me is what sums up people from that older generation, the 40s and 50s. And it seems to me that you've got that kind of mindset. It's like you were born in the 30s. And whenever you talk of your childhood, it's like you had like a baked potato to take to school. And a stick is a Christmas gift.
The other thing is, I think that that sort of generation, it seems that the man is dependent on the woman. There's a total dependence.
Oh, absolutely.
If she dies, he's done.
Yes.
He's done for. It just pine away. If he dies, she's got 30 years of pottering.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And going to, like, you know, the youth club and the church.
I know what you mean, yeah.
It's sort of like that. It's sad. Of course, it's sad for them, but it's not the end of their life.
No, sure.
And it sort of is the other way around. I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
That's a little melancholy thought for.
I know. I've really brought it. You brought it down. You've brought it down. I've brought it. This isn't a nice show at all. This is terrible.
Well,
we're gonna have people just killing themselves. What?
Well, I didn't really want to make it a Christmassy type show because I don't really like it.
Oh, he's done it again. What, you did Christmas once, didn't like it?
No, my dad always said...
Oh, right, steady on.
Dad said Christmas morning was for, like, you know, for me. So he used to stay in bed. So he never...
That's brilliant. That's a great thing to say, isn't it? Yeah. Christmas morning's for you. Run wild. Do what you want. Just don't bother me.
I'm going to Honolulu for 2 weeks.
That's great. Dad, it's Christmas. Do I have to do anything? No.
So my mum used to get up because she used to like to see my face light up, you know, when I open my presents. And then
to give fireworks.
And then I'd have to go to my bedroom from about 6 o'clock onwards because, like, my mum and dad were into having big Christmas parties, and I wasn't, like, old enough to go.
Right.
So they'd say, right, you know, you've had your fun there. You go up to your bedroom, stay in there.
Really?
Yeah, I remember one year, right, I got a train set. That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Right? It's brilliant. playing with it all day. I thought, I don't mind about the party. I'm happy staying up here playing with this. Brother comes in. He's had a few. Right? He's going, yeah, give us a go on your
How old is he?
He's a bit older than me, so he might have been like, let's see.
Well, let him be 18.
Probably about 18, 19,
And how old
something
were
like that. I had a train set, so I don't know, about
14.
something like that. Yeah. Right? So I'm playing on that, loving it and stuff. And then he comes in and goes, oh, give us a go. He turns the transformer up to like 14. He went really fast for about 5 seconds, broke it, and then he went back downstairs.
Wow.
So Christmas, I hadn't even got to
Sounds
Christmas
like
Day.
the Conservative government with British Rail.
Satire, though.
Satire, Rick, I just thought that there's satire. If there's any satirical shows listening or magazines.
It doesn't work in any way, because there's the analogy falls down apart from there being a train.
Think it through, though. British Rail was trains.
Yeah.
And the government broke the trains in many, well, they didn't break them, like, not officially breaking them, but they kind of...
It does work, it's perfect.
Oh, I'm pretty pleased with that.
And I can't, and no one's asked him to be on Have I Got News For You?
It's weird, isn't it? Because it's strange, that, when you've got a satirical mind that's as quick as that.
Yeah.
All right.
And he's broke your little train set. So what did you do?
I just like watched telly and had some sausages.
I bet you were happy with that, though, weren't you?
Oh, it's a bit annoying, though, isn't it, when your main present of the year's been broke.
And did it ever get it fixed?
No, that was it. Put away.
I'm intrigued why your parents wouldn't let you come and join in the festive fun. Was it like really debauched down there? Was it like eggnog everywhere?
Well, no, but I mean, that's fair enough. 6 is a little bit early, but I just think, if you're a kid, he had his fun, put him to bed at 8, maybe. And
Do you think so on Christmas Day? I thought that was a day for family.
Well, not if there's a party going on.
And
Well, don't have the party on the Christmas Day.
Well, that's another option.
Yeah. Your parents are weird, aren't they? A strange breed.
Well, I think that was the year, right? You're talking about buying presents and stuff. I think I did treat my mum to... I didn't buy my dad anything. I think that was like when I got a bit older, he used to get me dad something because he wasn't that bothered anyway.
No.
So, got me mum. There was a cheap shop, right?
Of course.
Thank God for that.
Called Snips. Right? So I went in there and I thought, let's see what I can get her. And remember Victoria Plum?
I don't think so.
Well, it's like a fairy character.
Right.
And my mum's into gnomes and stuff. Right. So I thought, right.
She must be pleased with you, then.
Victoria Plum. I was thinking, is that one of the neighbours? Is it like a brandy
Do you
liqueur?
remember Victoria Plum?
Victoria Plum.
Victoria Plum, yeah, it's like a little fictional sort of character, right?
Okay.
So I saw it, I thought, yeah, she'll love that, right? So I did my paper round, saved up for 2 weeks, right?
Aww.
Got that sorted, went to Snips, bought the Victoria Plum. Next day, I'm in town with her, right? So I think, I know what I'll do. I said, come in here a minute, right? So we go in and we're looking around and I tested her, right? I went, look at that there, that's all right, isn't it? And she goes, oh, it's bloody awful.
Oh, Carl. Oh, Carl. Oh, God.
So then Christmas Day comes. I said, don't bother opening it. She said, no, why? I said,
Oh,
"Don't."
no. Why did you still give it to her?
So, well, it was too late. I'd already bought it.
Oh, Carl.
So she opened it and I was like, and she said, oh, that's nice. I said, why are you saying that? I said, the other day, she said, it's bloody awful. She said, oh, no, I thought you were pointing at something else.
Oh, no.
So that's why I don't get anyone anything anymore.
Oh, God. Play record. Oh, God. Oh. XFM 104.9. We're not here. This next clip is one of my favourite clips. Look, it needs no introduction. Here it is.
Something else we're giving away.
Go on.
The Shining.
It's more throwing away, isn't it?
Once again,
Is it on video?
Once again, it's on VHS.
Just because you buy it out of your own money, Carl, stop being so mean.
And I want to watch it tonight because it's one of those films that...
So you're going to watch this video and then you're going to send it to someone as a prize.
Yeah, it's one of them films that...
Sorry, what you just said yes to that without blinking.
Well, yeah. You don't think, like, Les Dennis doesn't have a quick go in the car on Family Fortune before he gives it away?
It costs
Jim Bowen has
$5.99.
a go at those his and her towel racks.
It costs $5.99, Carl.
Okay, this is Carl in the classic The Shining.
And what's the question?
Well, we might ask that afterwards.
Okay, then. Still trying to write the book, then? Yeah?
Yes.
Good. Funny, someone told me the other day, weird thing about a typewriter, the top row of letters the longest word you can write is typewriter. I'll just show you. That's weird, isn't it? It's just the typewriter being. You're not in the mood, are you? You're in one of those grouchy moods again, like you get into when you're writing.
I'm not being grouchy. I just want to finish my work.
Yeah, just being a bit funny, a bit offhand and that.
Let me explain something to you.
Go on.
Whenever you come in here and interrupt me, you're breaking my concentration. You're distracting me. And it will then take me time to get back to where I was. Understand?
Yeah, but I just was coming in to try and cheer you up. You know, I'm full of ideas as well. You know, if you're having a problem coming up with stuff, got loads of ideas you could write about. The other day I read about this airy Chinese kid.
What do you want me to do about it?
No, it's just that it could make a good book. Do you know what I mean? Sort of following round.
That's swell.
Well, I'd buy it. You know. But if you don't want to know, don't bother doing it. But do you know what I mean? It's just airy Chinese kid. It's weird because they're not normally that airy over there. Yeah, this kid caked in it. But if you don't care,
I wouldn't touch one hair on his goddamn little head.
You don't have to touch any hair on his head. Like I say, he's covered. Leave the head alone if you want. Touch his hands. He's totally covered in it. But
I love the little son of a bitch.
Well, don't go that far. You haven't met him, but I can sort it out.
I'd do anything for him.
I don't think you'd expect that much. Just take him to the barbers 3 or 4 times a week. You know, he's a good little kid. In fact, I'll do it. I think I'll write a book on him. Yeah?
Do you think you can handle that?
Yeah.
You're not too busy, are you?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty busy. I've got to sort out some monkey facts for the show this Saturday, but I reckon I can still.
Why don't you start right now and get out of here?
All right, I will. If you're going to be like that, couldn't borrow a pen, could I? See you later.
There you
Haunting.
go. Haunting stuff there. Karl Pilkington in The Shining.
You know, in the film, Jack Nicholson goes crazy because the suggestion is he's maybe possessed by demons that maybe are in the hotel. But, you know, if I was stranded in a desolate hotel, removed from all human contact with Karl, I'd go mental with an axe without being possessed by demons. That's more chilling to me, trying to get some work done and you keep wandering in.
I'm trying to get Karl to spend a couple of days in the caravan with me, just for the hell of it. And he won't. I've offered him money, won't I? I think it'd be a great laugh, won't it, Karl?
Oh yeah, great.
That would be terrifying.
No, I want to film it. I just want to film it. Like a little video diary. There's Karl there, he's just waking up.
Well,
if I was stranded in that would be like being, I may as well be with Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees. That's more scary.
The thing is, Ricky doesn't mess you about as much as he messes me about.
No, you see, you've given him an inch. You've given him an inch and he's taken a yard.
12:30 you got in today. In 30 minutes between 12:30 and 1. The old bin lid on the head. He wanted to do that again.
Yep.
Squeezing my head, think he had a go at. And karate chop on the back of the neck.
Yeah.
All in 30 minutes. Yeah. Who else can say that?
XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais show with Steve Merchant. Hello there. Good. And we're not here this week. We're off jetting around the world, so we've pre-recorded these links. The time is currently somewhere between 1 and 3 o'clock.
So a time check there from Steve Merchant.
No problem.
Yeah, and what about this weather? Isn't it warm, stroke, edit that, Karl, cold? Okay, whichever one.
I'm pleased to see that the congestion charge has had some considerable effect. Had no effect.
So just, wasn't that great on telly last night, the film? Yeah.
I particularly enjoyed last night's EastEnders, Coronation Street, Brookside.
Okay, yeah. Ooh, those boys can rock there. That's the Guns with All Their Roses and Sweet Child of Mine. On XFM 104.9.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That was good.
It rocks.
I hope the audience was playing it loud like us.
Yeah. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. Well, look at him yawning. How rude is that?
Karl, what's wrong with you, man? Have you been up late?
A little bit.
Girlfriend was away, wasn't she, yesterday?
Yeah, I always have a problem with that. I always have, because you don't go to bed, do you, early? Do you know what I mean? You sort of think... I just always find that thing that if, you're used to living with someone, one of you will go, let's go to bed, then you'll go, all right. But when you're on your own, you go...
You just forget to go to bed.
I just stay up.
Okay, stop eating now, Carl. You've ate all the food. That's just a plate. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I stayed up and watched... there was a thing on about Dracula.
Right. What, Dracula?
And I found a flaw in it.
Go on.
Not the fact that he's the living dead and and drinks blood to stay alive and he doesn't reflect.
And he can turn into a bat.
Well,
and you can go on.
The mirror thing, you can't look in mirrors, can he?
Well, he can look in mirrors, but he can't see himself in a mirror.
Yeah.
That still doesn't work.
Go on.
It doesn't work at all, Carl. It doesn't work
Go
anyway.
on. No.
Well,
Centre parting's always really neat.
His centre parting's always...
how does he do it if he can't look in the mirror?
Blood on the floor or something it was called. Rubbish.
I love the flaw in the Dracula film is that his centre parting's too neat. How did he do it without a mirror? Oh.
Was it a documentary about Dracula?
No,
Yeah,
there was...
the real Dracula. The real Dracula.
Yeah, the real Dracula. The
It's
true
just a film. It had blood on the floor or something. It's called.
Yeah.
It's rubbish.
We had a little lunch yesterday, didn't we?
We did indeed. That was a nightmare.
Yeah.
I hate going out with you two.
I was explaining to Carl, right? I like to excite Carl's imagination, right? And if it involves chimps or monkeys, all the better. Brains he likes, parts of the body, deformity. I know where to, what buttons to push. And I told him about this thing. I don't know if any of you out there know about this, but there's an experiment they did in the 50s, a clinical psychology experiment where there's your two hemispheres of the brain, okay? They're joined by a thing called the corpus callosum, right? Which is just a little flap of skin, like a little scarlet lead that joins your two hemispheres. And what they did, they cut that in half, and they thought it was a cure for schizophrenia, but what it turned out to be, or epilepsy, I think, I can't remember, was that your two sides of your brains didn't function together. You couldn't get information. I was telling Carl all this thing, and one of the things I told him was that they did it on a monkey, and it fought itself over a nut. Like its right arm was connected, by its left lobe of the brain, and it was fighting over itself. And Carl went, instead of thinking this is amazing experiment, he went, would it have been happy if you'd given it two nuts?
Yeah, I know. Well, you started off by explaining it. I remember you mentioned, because I was watching the two of you as you were describing it to me, you said, of course, one side of the brain deals with symbolism. And as you said the word symbolism, I noticed Carl drift away from looking at you, pick up his mobile phone, and start pressing buttons randomly. And I thought it was the word symbolism that got him. And I noticed it took you just a moment longer. And I think the first thing you said was, when did I lose you?
Yeah, I knew I'd lost him.
It's extraordinary. And he doesn't even try to disguise
I said
it.
nomenclature at one point as well.
Right, yeah.
And I knew I was dicing with death there.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but I told you tried to look it up, didn't you, on the web? You didn't find anything about it, did you?
The spelling of it's what is it again? What's the word?
Corpus callosum.
Yeah, so I couldn't do it.
No, there's no point.
Yeah.
Don't bother.
Give up.
Don't bother.
Give up.
So if anyone knows any interesting facts about that,
But yours hasn't been cut in half, has it, Carl? That would, again, might explain something.
I'll tell you what we will be talking about later. I don't know if you're sort of aware of them, Steve.
Go on.
Bonobos.
Oh, I
don't know much about bonobos.
I told him about he was looking for stuff. I said, put in bonobo. He was having no luck with chimp. And they're a form of chimpanzee, but they're even closer to us, evolutionarily speaking. They've got their social groups are more like ours. They're more intelligent. And he was loving it, weren't you?
So is it human bonobo Carl? Is that how it works on the evolutionary ladder?
Chimp Carl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about them.
So we're talking about bonobos. You're excited about that?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
coming up in Monkey News?
No, I think it's a bit of a monkey bonus.
Oh, that was great. That was very, very funny.
What a
indeed.
wonderful clip that was.
I enjoyed
Do you
it.
remember that?
Yeah.
Wow. It was a few weeks ago, wasn't it, really? I mean,
I think it was last week.
we'd have to have very, very bad memories not to remember that hilarious clip. I'd like to hear that again maybe in a couple of weeks' time when I'm away.
Yes, absolutely.
It's embarrassing, isn't it? And we, but the good thing is, on telly, I feel a bit guilty about putting out shoddy rubbish because I'm getting paid an awful lot.
Yes.
But here, I don't give a They can bleep that.
They will do. They will do.
Bit of David Bowie. When's that ever hurt anyone, Steve?
Never.
Lady Stardust off Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant. Karl Pilkington is in the middle of educating me. Educate me.
Did I tell you the time when the doctor said I was going to die?
All right, keep talking.
Right, ages ago, must have been about 15, right? And at lunchtime, there was this... We used to have a choice of stuff to do at lunchtime, right? We used to have like a burger place that had an arcade machine in it, right? So we used to go there and play on that and have a burger. Or there was this baker's, right, that my mum worked at, and did great cakes and stuff, right? So she used to like bring some home and that, but she couldn't always bring them home every night because, you know, they'd cost money, and she used to get them for free. And they used to say they'd rather chuck them away than give them to the staff because there's a chance that the cream might be off.
Right.
Right, so they used to chuck them round the back. So I used to go around the back with my mate and eat a load.
Brilliant. Eating out of bins.
No, it wasn't out of bins. They were still in trays, but they just stacked them up near the bins, right? So this got out. I mean, it used to be chocker. Once the school found out, everybody used to go there, and it'd be like, well, have a cake.
The headmaster crawling through, fighting the kids off.
Right, so I'd have, you just eat, I don't know, 6 jam donuts or something, and then you'd spend your dinner money on the arcade machine.
Brilliant.
Right? So it was a good afternoon, really, right? So you'd do that, and this one day I must have had 6 or 7 jam donuts, a few Congress tarts.
What's a Congress tart?
I love them. It's me. I can't get them in London, right? So I'd have some of them.
And if anyone can get a Congress tart for Karl in London, please let him know.
So anyway, this day, that was just a normal day. Do you know what I mean? You'd once, twice a week, you'd have a load of cake.
In your life, yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
normal
anyway-
day in your life. Were the frog boys there with the webbed hands and the big heads?
So-
and the horse in the settee? Yeah.
But the day after one of these days, I had really bad cramp in my belly. Right?
Okay.
I was like in agony, could hardly walk. So I said to my mum,
You could hardly stagger to the free cakes.
So I was in absolute agony. I said, I don't like doctors, but you'll have to get a doctor in because I don't know what it is. I can't walk. She gets the doctor round. I won't say his name, but he said, well, doesn't look like he's got long left.
Blimey.
So I was a bit like, hang on a minute, I've only had a few cream donuts.
Yeah,
My mum was panicking.
sure.
He went. My dad came in from work. She said, something's really bad with Karl. I think it's serious. The doctor said he ain't got long left. So he said, what? He said that and just left. So she said, yeah. He said, I'll have to call him then. So he called him up, said, what's all this about? Karl hasn't got long left. How long's he got? So he goes, I was only messing. He's just had some bad cream. Can you believe that?
Well, the thing is,
I like the fact your mum didn't ask any questions.
I know.
She didn't
But
go
she
into
doesn't.
detail. Can you explain more, doctor? No, I got a shoe off.
But she doesn't.
I don't want to diss you or your family, but I imagine if I was there, I'd have known the doctor was joking.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I mean, I sound very arrogant there, but I imagine he went, what's he been doing? Yeah, I had about 6 cream cones. Oh, right. Oh, wow. He hasn't got long to live then. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
That's what I think the doctor did.
Yeah. I just like the idea your mum just let him go.
Yeah.
Terrified, thinking, well, I'm not going to probe him. He's that's it then.
Dad comes in. Hi, honey, I'm home. Anything happened? The doctor said Karl's going to die and then left. Did he? I'll call him.
But anyway, that's why these sort of things fascinate me. So we'll move on to this next one, right, which is brilliant.
Go on then.
Short story. So, right, old woman, about 70 years old. She's normally fit and healthy and stuff. Nothing wrong with her. She's having a good life. And one day, she goes for a check to the doctor's just to check herself out because she's getting on a bit.
Yeah.
Says, take your clothes off and that. So she does. And checks her out. Says, yeah, you're looking good. You're looking good. Turn round. He said, oh, God. He said, you got a tumour on your buttock. Right? So she goes, oh, well, can you do anything to sort it out? So they go, yeah, we could book you in for an operation. It's best if we remove this. Books are in for an operation. Operation day comes, strip her down and that. They're all stood round, the doctors. Start to operate. It only turns out it's a pork chop that she sat on 5 years earlier and it had stuck to her buttock.
Right, Karl.
I can forward you. Serious.
Right, okay, Karl, I'm telling you now, I'm leaving. I'm never doing this show again.
No, I'm serious. Honestly.
You're talking, I've never had such, what do you mean? You couldn't believe it?
No, when I read it, I said, I've got to tell Ricky
This
that.
woman had a pork chop stuck to her arse for 5 years, you mental case. Of course she didn't.
That is a blinding record. And before that, Rick, what do you make of those adverts? They were great, weren't they?
I like them, yeah. I'm going to buy all them products on the way home.
And that's endorsed by Ricky Gervais. He's won awards.
Yeah.
Rick, do you remember this? This was a hilarious moment. No, you'll remember this when you hear it. It was when Karl said something that was basic. Well, I think for a lot of people it sounded like a lot of old bollocks.
What have we got now?
Right, so we're looking into animals that we get rid of. I've spoken to someone about snails. I've spoken to someone about jellyfish and that. And looking at cockroaches today.
She's an expert. She's just not just some random person.
No, she works in a museum, a good museum. I said I'd give it a plug. It's the one near Knightsbridge. It's got dinosaurs and that in it. It's worth seeing.
Natural History Museum.
Yeah. So,
It's not sure. He's not sure.
This is what happened. Now, what I'll do, I'll tell you as much as I know, and then you can fill me in if I'm right or wrong. And then at the end of it, we'll get to the bottom of whether we need them or not.
Okay.
All right. So, first of all, the first thing that I found out is that they have 18 knees.
That's not exactly possible. They're insects, so they have 6 legs.
Yeah.
And a knee is usually the junction between femur and tibia. That's sort of classic human knees and every other animal knee. So with 6 legs, you can only have 6 knees.
Could somebody sort of got mistaken for seeing one that was a bit double jointed?
I think you're grasping at straws or something.
All right. Well, we might have to come back to that one then.
Okay.
They can hold the breath for 40 minutes.
Well, they don't do that because they don't breathe in the same way as us. They breathe through little spiracles, holes down the side of the body. So, no, they're not a very apt simile because the method of breathing is so different.
What do you mean?
Because insects have a totally different system. They don't have lungs in the way that we do and just breathing through one part of the body. They're actually breathing through every segment of the body all of the time.
So even though they've got their mouth shut, they might be able to slide.
Nothing to do with breathing.
So
only
just
feeding.
So you see, maybe that's where someone's gone wrong. Someone's got hold of one and sort of taped its mouth up or something and got bored after 40 minutes and said, well, we'll call it right.
That's a pretty unkind thing to do to an insect, even to a cockroach.
Yeah, but it's all...
Can't do that.
Yeah, but...
No. Pretty unkind thing to do to anything, even a cockroach.
Something else I found out.
Yeah.
They can live for a week without an head.
Well, that's true if they don't bleed to death in the process.
But the weird thing is, when I told you that they had 18 knees, you seemed a bit sort of like, don't talk ridiculous. But then we're talking about an animal that can live without an head. So there's a little bit of truth in that one, yeah?
Yes.
Why, when it was invented, has it got that facility? Say if someone said to humans, we could do that with humans, and, you know, if you lose your head in some accident, it gives you a bit of time to sort of go back to your family and maybe write them a note. You won't be able to have a chat, but write them a note saying it was my own fault and it was nice knowing you.
Well, that would be a useful facility, I agree. But cockroaches are great survivors. I mean, they've been around for over 300 million years. They're one of the most primitive insects.
All right. Well, I've also... is it true that they do a lot of resting? Apparently they can sort of rest for 75% of the time.
Rest?
Yeah, they just sit about doing nothing.
It's probably true of a vast proportion of the world's fauna. Well,
I mean, maybe the 25% that they are working, they're really giving it some, so it might make up.
They're probably searching out food and, they can slow down considerably. You can chill insects in the fridge and they'll become very, very quiet. You might think they're dead.
Yeah, but I'm sure, you know, if we were sat in a fridge, you know, we'd go a bit quiet, wouldn't we, you know?
Well, you might not know much about it, of course.
Yeah, but...
Not quite reading the right sources.
Well, I've been using the internet.
I'm sure there are many useful sources that you could find there, but some of those seem to have been a little misleading to you.
So you don't agree with a lot of what I've told you there?
No.
So cockroaches, can we get rid of them?
No.
So we're keeping them then?
I would say so, yeah.
I think we should get her on more often because she sounds like she'd be a bit of an ally, really. Because she knew immediately that you were talking nonsense. She even said, I think you should be more concerned about your sources, which I've been trying to tell you for a year, right? The fact, I mean 18 knees, where did you get that from?
It was on the internet.
They can hold their breath for 40 minutes. I mean, I don't know what you read and take on.
Mad world, don't it?
Right, if you just tuned in, it's XFM 104.9. You've got that bit right. Ricky Gervais show with me, Stephen Merchant.
Hello there.
Karl is actually in a little booth. We're not in the studio, you see. This is pre-recorded. We recorded this last week because we were away. And it's sort of like the best of the last 3 weeks since last time we were away when we put out the best of. Okay, what's the next one? What's the educating Ricky?
I don't know. See, like I say, I was looking around and there's stuff that is interesting. Right, I was looking on the web.
But there's no point.
Well, it's just that I found one about...
what's the point?
About a lad who 8 years old, but he's still breastfed. Now, I don't know if you can get anything out of that.
Is that what his mum said?
So,
what do you mean? I don't know if I can get anything out of that. You don't need to.
No, it's just that. You know,
where did you read that?
That was on the internet.
Oh, well, yeah.
You're always unspecific when you mention it. It's just it was on the internet.
Well, I'm trying to think what I put in. I think I put in Y to see if I'd confuse the computer. And then,
go! You are...
No,
honestly.
I did a search, put in why, and he came up with funny things that, like, why is this person doing that? Why is that? And it had a picture of this 8-year-old lad, sort of, you know, on his mum's nipple. And it was saying, you know, is this healthy?
You sure that wasn't asking you that question?
What? I put in why? Just to confuse the computer. Like, the go, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Oh, look, yeah. Last week, I was walking home with him, and I went, he was saying something stupid, and I went, I've got a competition for next week. Let's do a phone-in, and it's called Karl Pilkington, Genius or Fool.
Yeah.
Right? And he went, No. I went, why not? He went, well, it'd be confusing because they say there's no difference between genius and being a fool.
We do that, don't we?
No, but it's rubbish. And people say there's a fine line between madness and genius. And, you know, it's a ridiculous soundbite. They don't say there's a fine line between a genius and an idiot.
Well, the people who do are idiots.
Yeah.
So what would you do there, though, just to sort of wrap that little thing up? What would you do? That lad loves his mum's milk.
What are you asking me to come up with?
No, I'm just...
A title for the story?
No. It's just what would you do? Right?
What do you mean, what would I do?
Well, it's causing a bit of a problem in the area, right?
What area?
In America, I think it was.
Oh, America are a problem, are they? George Bush is worried about this kid who's breastfeeding at 8.
Imagine it like this, right?
No, so Karl, what are you asking me? About this spurious story you saw on the internet?
I saw it on the internet. There's an 8-year-old lad, he likes his mum's milk, and it's saying, is this right? Should it
No,
be
it's
going
not.
on?
But what
do you want Ricky to do about it? It's not his responsibility.
Yeah.
No, but the little town that he lives in, they're all causing an uproar, right? Going, this isn't right. You know, I can't let my kid play out in case he's in the garden with his mum getting a bit hungry, right? So, what should they do? Because his mum's saying, well, he likes it.
Yeah.
And he, you know, what do you do?
I don't know the laws.
No, but I'm not asking you to sort out the laws. I'm just saying, if you lived in that neighbourhood, what would you say? If you went up to him and said, look, everyone's getting a bit fed up with this, look.
I'd say, what would I do? What do you mean, what would I do? what are you asking me?
Right, it doesn't matter.
No. What are you asking me? What are you asking me and Steve and the public?
I'm just saying, say if you live next door to this woman.
Yeah.
Right? The kid's hungry, 8 years old. He's out playing on his bike and he goes, Mum, I'm getting a bit peckish. And he goes, all right, son. She whops one out. And he starts having his milk, right? You live next door, you're putting your washing out and you see this going on. You're getting a bit sick of it because it's gone on for months.
8 years, I assume.
Why is it your business? Why are you such a nosy neighbour that you're concerned?
What would you do, Karl? Let's turn it back on him.
Yeah.
What would you do?
What's your solution?
What would you do?
Well, I thought I'd say, right, why are you doing this? And she'd say, because he likes it. And I go, all right then, put it in a bowl first.
And you think that would sort that out?
No, because I was thinking about the whole thing, right? And you do that when you're a baby and everything's all right, innit?
Yeah.
No one bats an eyelid at a little baby having a bit of milk from its mum's breast, right?
Yeah.
You'd almost say it was natural.
But you grow out of it. It's like you don't see. It got me thinking about things you don't see. And you don't see.
Did you put this into a computer? Show me things you don't see.
What else don't you see?
Well, you don't see like an old man having a Twix. You never. So what?
You know the terrible thing about all this, Steve, is he's right.
You don't see an old man
I
eating a
know,
Twix.
that's a terrible thing.
So what they have got, right? They've made old man toffees, haven't they? They've come up with Werthers.
Is that a song? Oh God! You don't see it.
So they've got their Werthers, right?
Yeah.
So,
look at him. You think
Forget
he's
it.
giving a lecture at Oxford?
it's not going anywhere.
No, go on. Sorry. Go on.
I'm just saying.
Right.
You grow out of things.
Yeah.
And the old man, I'm sure when he was a kid, he'd have a Twix.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't look right, so he's having.
It doesn't look right.
So.
Right.
I don't think Werther's originals were specially designed for old people. I think they were sweets that just happened to have been made for years. That's why old people eat them.
Yeah.
They didn't go, hang on, there's a market here. I've noticed old people aren't eating Twixes. Quick, let's make some old man sweets.
But the little advert, he gives it to his grandson as well, doesn't he? He goes, I have a Werther's original.
No, I think it cuts though before he throws it back in his face and goes, get me a Twix.
XFM 104.9. We're not here.
It is a bit like being Dennis Norden, playing some great moments from the show.
I just imagine Dennis Norden one day, sort of just like waking up out of his stupor. He's doing this, and he'd go into the producer and go, I've just seen a couple of my programmes.
I just saw It'll Be Right on the Night 18.
It's
It is terrible.
Why didn't someone tell me? Well, we didn't want to upset you because, but I've been doing it way too long. Well, you could just let me go on forever. Well, until you died, yeah. Well, why can't my son take over? Well, he's 80, Dennis.
And the jokes I'm doing, they're awful.
They're just, why have I got that clipboard?
I've written these jokes, they're not funny. There's an audience, they're laughing. What are they laughing
They're not
at?
laughing. They're not laughing. That's canned laughter.
Who are those audience? Who goes to an audience for It'll Be Right on the Night?
A lot of them are older than you.
It can't be right.
Do you know we have a 15% fatality in one of your audiences?
But I went home at Christmas. I watched one of the episodes.
Yeah.
I was with my family and friends. I said, watch this, you'll love it. Stony face. No one laughed. They all thought it was
Well, it is.
Well, why didn't you tell me earlier?
We didn't want to hurt your feelings. You're an old man. You may be upward of 102.
I didn't realise.
Yeah.
Here's a problem that someone's emailed in. We're taking emails today. If you've got a problem, a concern, or just a general query that you think Karl could answer for you, it could be about anything. It could be about some of the big kind of philosophical questions.
Yeah.
It could be something to do with war or famine, anything like that, or it could just be a personal dilemma. Something that's happening locally. Anyway, this seems one that I think you and your father have probably come across this sort of dilemma in the past. Yeah. And I'd be interested to know what your take is on it. Let me see. This is from Lee Matthews by the look of it. He says, he lives in a suburban area where the local teenagers also live on the same road, and they're running riot. They're smashing wing mirrors off the cars. They're crashing into parked cars on their skateboards. And they're just generally making mayhem, night and day. What can he do to stop this going on? The parents of the kids don't seem to give a damn. Anyone who complains to them, they just say, oh, piss off. The police are useless because they never catch them in the actual act of violence, which is what they got to do to apparently convict them. So they don't know who to turn to, really. It's rather like when a little old lady went and got the A-team,
and he was dressed as an elderly Chinaman.
Exactly.
She knew who he was. Colonel Decker didn't have a clue.
Yeah.
You see, it's weird because now it has got out of hand.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like years ago when I was growing up on the estate, you had problems. Well, not like you have now. Do you know what I mean?
Summers were nice as well, weren't they?
Well, right. And
Police are getting shorter and younger.
But you yourself kind of admitted in the past that you were something of a tearaway. You didn't do anything
but
like these kids here.
The thing is, I was scared that if I got caught doing it, my dad would go mad.
Yes.
And I remember smashing a car window by accident and legging it in the lounge. and sort of pretending to go asleep on the settee. Right?
Genius.
And I heard a knock at the door.
He
and I
chloroformed
thought-
himself just to be unconscious when his dad came home.
And there was a knock on the door, and I thought, oh God, this is a fella. He saw me. I was chucking a stone in the air, seeing how high I could throw it.
Of course you were. Did it keep landing on your head? That would explain a lot.
And it came down.
Chucking a stone in the air, love
To
it.
see how far I could
It's
throw.
brilliant.
So, I wasn't bothering anyone.
Did you
by
invent that game?
Right,
Did you get the stone for your birthday? Go and play with your stone.
He gave one to Suzanne.
Carl, go and play with your stone.
The thing is, right, and it came down at a funny angle, and it
Of course it did.
It ate the back of this car, and the back window is the most expensive because it has that heating thing in it.
Yeah.
In case you got a frosty window.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh God. So I legged it in, got on the settee, went to sleep, knocked at the door.
Genius. It's a brilliant plan. It's a brilliant plan. I couldn't be guilty. I'm asleep.
So
I love the idea.
So the thing is, our lounge used to sort of you could see in from the door, right? So this family who saw me do it saw me asleep on the settee, and my mum said, "Go and get the door," and I sort of went, "Oh," as if I'd been asleep.
Yeah.
I went to the door, like rubbing my eyes, and the fella said, "What did you run off for? I saw you." I was like, "Oh no." And I didn't see my dad. I went out. It was when he was working sort of evenings. So I went out so I didn't have to see my dad. And then the next day I came home from school, and my dad said, 45 quid.
Oof.
That's all he said.
That's all
And
he
he
said.
looked at me.
And then you fell asleep and he went, wake up. You know what I said? No, 45 quid.
Now the thing
Carl.
is, he didn't have to do anything.
£45, Carl. Now, I know you were saving up for a brick, but you can't have it. Yeah.
Just
So,
Equally, if you're doing a bigger crime, a bank job or a murder.
Remember to take the stocking off your head, because if they wake you up and go, why have you got a stocking on your head? Just go, oh, I had a weird dream.
Right.
Okay, look, quick query for you. This is from Jay. He's got a problem here. He says, my parents won't let me ditch my studies. He's currently reading modern languages at London University.
Sure.
He wants to follow his dream, but his parents won't let him, of being a dancer. Carl. Worse than that, he says that they're trying to arrange a marriage to a bunch of minging daughters of people they know from good families. He doesn't know what to do, so he's got the arranged marriage coming along, and he's also got, he basically wants to be a dancer. His parents are forcing him into something more
Well,
practical.
the first thing, right, I don't think
Live your dreams?
the arranged marriage thing is such a bad idea,
Okay,
because I think too many people go on looks,
right.
and then you soon get bored of that, and you find out the person who you're knocking about with is actually not your type.
Right.
Why don't you arrange marriages for people?
Well, I'm just saying, right, so I'd say, Jay, go along with that. I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay.
I mean, if they're really ugly, then, don't go along with it. But if they're half bad, put up with it. That's
Sure.
all right. The dancing,
Brilliant.
right?
That's that solved.
Brilliant.
I wanted to be a dancer. After I did the boxing, right, I joined a dancing thing just near Man United's ground, right, called Twiggy's. Went along, I wanted to learn some moves.
How old were you?
Well, it was when Michael Jackson was like pretty big, so about 83, 84, 85, something like that, around there. Wanted to do it. When I went, it was shut, and I'd become like a warehouse for toilet rolls. So in a way, I wonder what would have happened.
Sorry. How is that an anecdote about you going through dancing? You've told me before you did boxing for a while, you did dancing for a while. You had a true fight in the boxing. You didn't even get in the. That's not an. Imagine if that was a film. This is a boy's dream of becoming a dancer. Oh, it's shut. Next on. I mean, how is that a story?
Yeah, if that was Billy Elliot, do you think would it have won quite as many awards?
Yeah, brilliant. Footloose. All right,
Yeah.
I'm fed up. They banned it. Let's go. Oh, it's shut. Flash dance. First, there was. It's a warehouse. Never mind.
I'm just saying, you'll find something else. I think I got a go-kart after that. I bought a motorised go-kart and kept myself busy with that. So there's always other
Just
things.
think, Alan Bennett has to sit down and really sweat over his stories.
Yeah.
He just opens his mouth.
You are a living Alan Bennett character.
So that's that.
So that's solved. Well, Jay, don't worry about that. There's no emotional problems I can foresee if you follow that advice.
So the advice there is do an arranged marriage.
If she's not ugly.
minging,
Yeah.
she's not completely minging.
Yeah.
And don't worry about dancing. Get a go-kart. Cheers. This is XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Stephen Merchant. You're listening to the best of basically Karl Pilkington. You don't talk to anyone, do you, in the week? You just hide in your little sound booth thing, and you really don't talk to anyone, do you? much?
Not really.
No.
I mean, you might call up.
Yeah.
But no, I keep myself to myself.
Yeah.
Then you don't get bogged down in the office politics and stuff.
Yeah. Is there a lot of office politics here?
I don't know. I don't get involved in it.
Oh, yeah. Proved your point.
So when we're away and we're like out of action, who, other than Suzanne, who will you talk to of the day?
How will you get a sort of feedback from the world? How will you get sort of like input and...
I always, if ever I've got like a question on anything, the internet's sat there and I can just go online and find out.
The internet is good.
It's brilliant.
But it's not all verified.
It's not all necessarily factually accurate.
Anyone can put things onto the internet. It's it's freaks and things that put on things
one, right?
like...
Here's one that I read in a week, right?
Go on.
About this woman.
Yeah.
She was a bit of a punk. And to get her hair done like she wanted it.
Super glue?
Right, no. She got lard. Apparently it's a popular thing, you might know. Put lard on your head.
Yeah.
And you put it in the oven. Now, apparently the heat that you get from the oven is different from the sort of heat you get from an hairdryer. Right? And she had to do that to get the style that she wanted. But anyway, she comes into money or whatever, treats herself to a microwave. Right?
It's not true.
Opens the door, jams the things, like the little catch. So the microwave works. She jams it with a screwdriver or a knife or something.
Yeah.
Puts the microwave on, sticks her head in, boils her brain.
Don't be ridiculous.
Right? Well, why is that ridiculous?
Boils her brain.
She boiled her brain.
She boiled her brain.
And this is what's good about the internet. I went straight from that, and there was a subject about brains. And do you know that Russell Crowe, when he dies, is giving his brain to charity or something, some sort of some people who can do stuff with it.
She gave hers to Pot Noodle.
Vesta.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
boiling
the
a
sort of
skull.
Yeah.
It's not true.
It's not true, Carl. Just urban myths. Someone made it up.
Yeah.
For a laugh.
They're just too convenient urban myths. Everyone's you can tell an urban myth's not true because it's always this happened to a mate of mine, and when you say what happened then, they go, don't know, that was it. Was that it? Was it? Someone boiled a brain and that was it. There was no more story.
Well,
were there any dates, locations, times?
I think it was in Belgium.
There's that one. There's that one that a bloke, right, was going to get a phone call at 4:00 to find out if his business was, okay, right? And if he didn't get the phone call, he knew he was broke, destitute. So dead on 4:00, the phone didn't ring. So he went up to the roof of his office and he jumped off to commit suicide. And as he was passing his window, the phone was ringing.
Oh no.
Carl, it didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Think it through.
Who told that story? Who told that story? As he hit the pavement at 120 miles an hour.
He's the only person who could have known that series of incidents.
Also, why didn't he wait?
Dead.
As his life's at stake, why didn't he wait till 5:00? I'm going to give it 5 minutes just in case.
In case the lights are busy.
Yeah. And what sort of bloke goes, I'll call you at 4, okay, if your business, well, call me anyway. No. If I don't call exactly 4, then, no, you commit suicide. Commit suicide. I would, because if I don't call at 4, that's the end of it. Well, call me anyway. No, that's not the way I work. Why can't you just call me and tell me the other way? Well, I'm telling you how I do it. If you're bust, I don't call. Can't you just call to verify in case someone goes wrong? What if it's engaged? It won't be engaged. Just commit suicide at 4, please. It didn't happen, Carl. The other one, right? A bloke, right? He's on a train station, and I'll tell you how I heard it. He's waiting for a cruise station, waiting for, and he shits himself. As you do. And so he goes, oh, my train's in 5 minutes. So he runs across to Millets and goes, quick, Levi's 36. The bloke just puts it in a bag. He runs onto the train. He goes into the toilet, takes his trousers and pants off.
He's soiled.
Yes. Throws them out of the window. I won't be needing those again. Cleans himself off. Open the bags. It's a jacket.
Oh.
No, it didn't happen, Carl. At what point did he go into it and go, quick, Levi's 36? And the bloke went, sorry, Levi's 36, what, a pair? No. Shall I wrap them? Them? Shall I rap? Just rap whatever it is. Do you want to look? No, I'm not looking when you're putting it in the bag, please. Right? 36 white stories. Well, don't say anything.
I've told you 36 Levi's. And put it in a bag and charged me for it.
Yeah.
I don't want to discuss it further.
Yeah.
There was one.
There we go.
There was one about a woman whose husband died, and she had him cremated.
Yeah.
And made like a little egg timer out of him.
Right.
And she said, I did that so it can still help around the kitchen.
Well, that might be true. That might be a joke.
That's quite sweet.
That might be true.
It's a true story, again. It was all...
No, not again, because the ones I just told weren't. Nor is the boiling the brains in a bag curry microwave.
Head story, true.
Yeah. That's all. I'd like to play a beautiful song now by Cat Stevens called Lily White. It's lovely.
A song for the lovers room?
Yeah. Right.
If you don't like
well, okay, let's play Educating Ricky.
Right.
Brilliant. Go. Right.
So-
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Educating Ricky.
Right, what are we going for then? Hanging the bacon, airy Chinese kid, alien gives man a bird.
I think Alien gives man a bit.
I'd like to do that.
Right, there's this fellow, I think it happened in America, and he saw a bright light in the sky. And
God, if you're bored.
he stood there.
This is a true story, is it?
Yeah. He stood there,
Yes, of course it isn't, Steve.
and he saw this bright light, and it came closer and closer, and it was a UFO, right?
Yep.
And he looked at it, and it disappeared, right? And he gets back in his car,
He looks in the mirror.
and he looks in the mirror.
Yep.
He's only got a beard.
He hasn't.
You sure it wasn't someone else who got in the car and he was still standing out there?
Right?
What?
And it turned out,
Yeah.
he got home and said to his wife or his girlfriend, it's a bit weird. So I just got out of the car to look at a bright light, and I got back in the car, I grew a beard, and she said, never mind your beard, where have you been for 3 days? And what had happened is...
He passed out because he was pissed.
No. The UFO had taken him for 3 days.
Yeah.
But he'd only thought that he'd only looked at it and it went away.
Yeah.
But what had happened is he took him and he grew a beard because he hasn't had a shave.
Right, okay. I mean, was Will Smith or Tommy Lee Jones anything to do with this at all? Did you see this on a video maybe and thought it was an educational film?
No, it's from a book that some kind person sent in to me. Here.
Can I just ask again? Just again. I'm just throwing this right back at you. Do you think there's any other possible answer here? Right? A man is absent for 3 days from home.
He's grown a
length
beard.
of time that it could take to grow a beard, lest we forget. What if he hadn't actually seen a bright light in the sky?
What if he was lying? What if he was lying?
He got knocked unconscious. He'd had a car crash.
Just
any
lying.
number of other
No,
things.
just lying.
Or he was just lying.
Yeah, he'd been on a bender, getting pissed for 3 days
And that
with
was
his
his
mates.
excuse to his wife.
And they went, Dennis, what are you going to tell your wife?
Well, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
You're not going to believe I was out with you, lads.
Just say you're only away for a minute. No, I wasn't away from it because of the beard. Oh yeah, look, it looks like you've been out for 3 days. Well, we have. That's
Exactly.
right. Okay, we've got to cover that then. Alien abduction.
Great one.
Okay, let's try that.
Do you see? That's a little scenario there that could have been played out.
So when you say educating Ricky, what have I learnt from this? Never listen to you again. That's all I've learnt so far. Never listen to you.
Yeah, we'll add a little bit more in here, right? To
Well,
spice this
no.
up.
What do you mean? Add a little bit more.
We'll add a bit more to this what I'm educating you about.
Go on.
Right? There's only a law in America that says if you touch a UFO, you're going to get done. Now, why would they make a rule? I don't know that. Do you know, like all their rules have a code?
Carl, I genuinely do not know what you're talking about.
Right? Do you know, like how here they might have?
Do you know
I
what?
have no idea.
Right,
Okay.
Do you know, like over here?
I'm listening to Capital and these headphones. I got Foxy on from yesterday.
Right, let's bin that.
No way, it's great.
I want to hear about Airy Chinese Kid.
Let's play a tune. And
Okay,
then come
play a
back
tune,
with
come back with Chinese Kid,
Wait,
definitely.
Some doors.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just thought I'd go back, take it back to the 60s. This is a tune that a friend of mine sent
If
me.
you touch a UFO, you get done.
Soul Kitchen from the Doors.
Shambles today. This.
David Bowie, Slow Burn. Quite a Eno trilogy
Yeah,
feel
not bad
about
at
it.
all,
Lodger
yeah. Is it
and
a
sort
new
of
tune?
low type, yeah. But yeah.
Enjoyable.
Now, okay. That's stressful, isn't it? I think we've got things working now. We've had people coming in and out, just shaking their head going, shouldn't have bought that desk. But it's all sorted now, I think. And I
You notice how it took about 25 minutes for them to come down as well, though? Do you feel like we're maybe quite low in the pecking order in the building?
Definitely.
You know, it's like Capital First, Capital Gold. They can shoot off to other sort of pirate stations. People's car radios, then they come back here.
Oh, dear. Oh, I had a job at Richard Sounds. Light fitting was buzzing. Now, but we've got... thanks for staying... listening. Right, okay, educating Ricky. What have we got? Airy Chinese kid, go on.
Right, yeah. This is the... I didn't want to do this.
Really? You didn't want to do it?
Well, I wanted to give you 3, and I gave you one. It was like the alien man gets a beard or whatever.
Yeah,
and
which was total rubbish, so this one should be better, maybe.
Hairy Chinese kid. Right, well, we've talked about airy people in the past.
True enough.
Haven't we?
Yeah.
You know, the little kids who grew up in woods and hung around with wolves and that.
Yeah, again, you're confusing it. Yeah, they're not, there were some people that were born very hirsute. They were not the people who were brought up with wolves. You just put that together in your Homer Simpson type mind.
Right, well, this is like a sort of close to that sort of story. But the weird thing is, right, Chinese people aren't that hairy as a nation. No, seriously, that's a well-known fact. They don't have that much body hair and stuff.
Okay.
So this little kid who was born over there, he was like covered in stuff.
Was he?
And it was only his nose that wasn't hairy. The rest of his body was caked in hair, right? And his hair sort of
What
grew.
sort of hair was it? Was
thick hair.
No, what I mean is, was it sort of like a pony's mane, so he just looked like an Ewok? You know what I mean? Just like hanging down sort of straight, dark hair.
In the picture, it looked like it grows from his eyebrow. It grows from his eyebrows quite thick, and then it just goes all the way over his head.
You don't think it was just really long eyebrows that he'd done a comb over?
No, it was all over his body. It had a picture of like his back and that.
Yeah.
And
Had he styled it? Had he styled it at all? Did he have it in a quiff or?
No, it was just
hanging everywhere.
all over him.
Yeah.
And they were like, you know, this is a bit weird happening in China, where we're not normally that airy.
That was the scientist speaking there.
And the local press and that were getting him down, calling him monkey boy and all this.
Oh.
And
Thinking Chinese press.
but the doctor,
Oh, they're cruel, aren't they? It's like those game shows. That's Japanese, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
and the doctor said,
I was talking through all that time while we were just like talking to each other then. Because I turned around and I still saw he was talking.
So anyway, the local press came in to see the hairy boy, the monkey boy.
and they were like being tight, taking the mickey out of him, and the doctor said,
Showing him nuts.
said he's only airy. Said he's a healthy young kid. The only faults he's got is he's got a little bit of eczema and a boil. And he said everybody should just treat him the same, and I think he grew up a healthy kid. Yeah, so that's the
That's the end of the story. That's not a story.
why.
But I've got nothing. I don't know what to say to that. So someone in China was born slightly hairier than the rest, and he was normal apart from eczema and a boil. That to me isn't a story. But if it is, I've got a million. I mean, it's sort of like bloke from Manchester went a bit bolder than the rest, got a job on radio. He was normal. I mean, that's not a story, is it? Do you know what I mean? Dandy Warhols and Bohemian Like You on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Karl, what's the story then?
Right, so what did you say you're going for? You've got your 3 titles, your 3 teasers.
Well, I think I'm going to go for Don't Do That to It. You know it can't live for that, Ned.
I'm looking forward to this.
Right.
So this is educating Ricky, for those that have just tuned in.
Now, something that Ricky told me about when he was educating me was that a cockroach, if you cut its head off, it lives for a week.
Yeah.
Right?
And the only reason it dies is because it can't take on water.
Sure. It doesn't have a great time in that week, though, does it? I mean, it doesn't get much done, I don't imagine.
It just needs water, and because it can't find any, like its eyes, it eventually dies.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
So what?
No, it's not. That's not. It's
Anyway.
You can't drink.
Anyway.
So have you heard that one about worms?
Okay.
I have. Go on.
If you cut a worm in half,
Yeah.
a lot of people have said in the past that it'll turn into 2 worms.
Right.
But that isn't actually true.
Okay. Who said that?
No, it used to be like,
Kids at school
They said it on, kids at school and stuff. So that, a lot of people think that.
Don't pick him up on stuff, Steve. It's bad enough.
Sure.
So, but what they can do, if you get a worm, right, and you find out which end its head's at,
Right.
if you you've got its head there at the left-hand side, right, and if you sort of cut it in half,
Right.
but not in half, so there's more of its neck than the tail, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The bit that you've cut off will sort of die, and the rest of the worm will get better. So in a way, you can cut it in half, and it'll survive, but only one half will survive.
Okay.
Yeah? What have you learned there?
I wish you hadn't chosen that one.
I know, because it's nothing, is it?
Yeah,
you know that joke, how do you tell a worm's head from its eye? You put it in a bowl of flour and wait till it farts.
Yes.
Right? I told my mate that, right? And he went, what if it coughs?
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, there is a bit of truth in that myth of cutting one in half.
Where did you get this information? I don't understand where you get this information
That was from the Fortean Times. It was like the myth about worms.
Yeah.
That was the big article that week.
Did it take you as long to read that article as it took you to tell us just then?
I like the fact that it starts off debunking a myth that we have heard of anyway.
Exactly.
You know the big thing about cutting a worm in half and making two worms? No. Yeah. What's the other one?
It's not the thing to do either, by the way. Don't go doing it.
No. It's not very nice.
But,
it's cruel.
But it can get by
And
if
it's
you
pointless.
do. Yeah.
There's no scientific worth in that.
Well, there you go.
Okay then.
So the others now, you see
the
what I
others?
do. No,
What's
I
the
tell you the other titles. You're not having them yet. That's the whole idea of this. People will be driving or about to go out doing the shopping. They'll think about that now.
What was the other two?
Well, the other two.
They won't think about that. They've forgotten that.
No, they will.
No, they've forgotten that already.
If only it was raining. And what's tomato with you?
Right,
I'm looking forward to that one.
No, you've got to tell them tomato with you.
Look what's happening. You see, you already want more of education. And this is what listeners will be doing.
I tell you, I wish you were a teacher. I so wish you were a teacher.
Do you know what I mean? Kids would be saying, I know it's 3:30, but I don't want to go home. I want more.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing with you. I'm teaching you.
Why are you teaching me things about not to cut worms in half and what's tomato with you? Please tell me what's tomato with you, Carl.
In a bit. In a bit.
Okay. Educating Ricky, we got two left, haven't we? I'm looking
We've
forward
still
to
got
these.
two more. We've still got If Only It Was Raining and What's Tomato With You?
Coldplay, the scientist on XFM 104.9. Right, competition, isn't it?
No, it's Educating Ricky Part 2.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
I wasn't even listening. He's doing all the work. I wasn't even listening. Oh, and he spilled some water on that. Right, what's this one again then?
Right.
What's the teaser headline?
Teaser headline is What's Tomato With You?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Go on.
How excited were you when you came up with that? You couldn't wait to come in and tell us, could you?
I think it's a good one because you won't forget it now, will you? I mean, like the worm one. What's so special about the worm?
A lot of people think that if you cut a worm in half, two worms will grow, but no. What happens is if you cut the head end slightly nearer the tail than the tail will die, but the worm with the head will be okay. So, it's exploded a myth, and it taught me something.
Right, so the second one, part 2 of Educating Ricky. What's Tomato With You?
Yeah.
What this one's about is, ages ago.
It's scientific.
There's never a date. There's never a country, a location.
Okay, settle down, children. No, this is A-level history. Right.
Once upon a time.
Yeah. When a mental place with swords was a king, forget his name, but he was a loony. So, and it was literally ages ago.
Yeah.
So, good luck in the exam. Yeah.
Right. So, alright, many years ago.
Oh, yeah, cleared that up. Go on.
They thought tomatoes were poisonous. Right?
Okay.
Because what
Hold on, are they going to be proved wrong at the end of this story?
Well,
because I don't want to give away the ending, but is it something to do with are they poisonous tomatoes?
No.
Oh, you're having a laugh.
I don't believe it.
Go on.
They're going to be eating tomatoes all this time.
Oh, Steve, what's tomato with you anyway?
Okay, so hang on a minute.
What's
Let's just
tomato
recap
with you?
quickly. Many years ago, when people thought tomatoes were poisonous.
Yeah.
Go on,
Well, they didn't know they were poisonous then because they were still eating them. But what was happening?
Well, they're not.
But they're not poisonous.
But hang on a minute.
All right, it's not. I'm just going to listen. I'm not even going to talk.
I'm not going to tackle it
So,
anymore.
if you remember, years ago, they didn't have, like, pottery plates. They had lead plates, right?
What are you talking?
Just let him talk.
Sorry, what year is this?
Let him talk.
Come on.
Plates made out of lead, and
Right.
what they'd end up doing, they'd say, right, do you want a tomato? And they'd go, yeah, all right. And they'd put the tomato on the lead plate and cut it. And because of the acid in the tomato, right, it would sort of make the lead runny, and the lead would go into the tomato, and they'd say, oh, it's lovely this, and they'd be eating it. They'd get food poisoning, lead poisoning, what have you, and they'd be really ill. So they thought tomatoes were poisonous, so they didn't eat them for many years.
And when
then
you say
someone
they,
said,
do you
this
mean
didn't
the
happen.
people of Narnia?
Yeah, this didn't happen.
Where was this happening?
Sort of in Britain and that.
You put him on the spot there. Oh, I hope there's no uppity pupils at this school when they go, what do you mean, sir? Oh, if you're going to... Oh, I'm fed up with you.
Do you understand?
No.
So the
No, you've got... No, right, okay, first of all, Carl, where'd you get this information from?
Where did
14
they get
times
that?
as well?
Do you know?
You can't remember.
I don't know where I got that from. I don't know where I got it from. But why don't you think that makes sense?
But what? Someone once got lead poisoning from a tomato?
Not just one, loads, and then all of a sudden. No.
Why is this educating me?
Because I'm telling you that tomatoes. You
I
eat them.
can't take anything away from this. I don't know what to take away from this. What have I learned? What have I learned? Don't mix lead with tomatoes. Why is this educational in any shape or form? What are you telling me? A long time ago in the land of Glunk, right, where the ninnies did slib, right, they thought tomatoes were poisonous because they ate plates of lead. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but we all know tomatoes aren't poisonous.
Is that what we're taking from the story?
Is that the moral of the story? Don't believe these people that I'd never heard of before. What are you talking about, Carl?
I think it's a bit weird.
It's a bit weird, yeah.
These the same people that were spreading those malicious worm rumours.
My hangover's coming back. I've got to get some water. Play a record that was rubbish.
Anyway,
Educating Ricky.
Good, we've settled that then. Go on.
The titles that are meant to sort of pull you in.
Yeah.
We've got what was it? Stocking, Aitken and Waterman.
Yeah.
You've got It's Not His Fault. And Get a Load with This.
Get a load of this. So, which pun do I pick first? I think I'll go for get a load of this.
Get a lobe of this.
Yeah, get a load of this. Yeah.
Well, that's a story about a girl who she was deaf, right, for 4 year, and it happened quite a bit back this.
What year? Or was it?
I think it was
ages ago. Was it?
About quite a bit back. She was deaf for about 4 years, having an argument with her mum, it said, which I didn't quite understand, because I don't know how they do that.
Yeah.
But she was having an argument, and a man pushed her against a wall, and she banged her head, and her hearing came back.
Okay.
Was she wearing a Walkman and it fell out? And she'd realised,
There's no explanation.
There's no explanation. Well, why is that teaching me something
Right,
then?
so I knew you'd say this, right? So I thought, right, I'll stick something on it. Do you know that bees are deaf?
No, you can't just, no. If you ask someone something they don't know the answer to, they don't tell you something else. Just, I'll tell you something else then. I can't answer that, I'll tell you something else. Imagine that, if you asked a teacher. Look, how do birds fly? Wow, if you're going to do that, tallest building is, I mean, what?
Well,
That was the equivalent, Carl, of running away when we asked you a question.
Yeah, the intellectual equivalent. Look over there, there's a monster.
Yeah.
Listen, what do you mean? What she? Okay, so
her
there's
hearing
no
came back.
explanation. There's no explanation, or you don't know.
well, there isn't one, is there, really? It's a bit
What?
weird.
Did the doctors not look into it?
No, I think they just said, oh, that's good.
So again, I don't. Where did this information go? Is that if you read this on the net? Is that all they put on
There
the
was
net?
once a deaf woman who hit her head and she
And her
could hear.
hearing came back.
It was bizarre things about being deaf.
Was there
And-
three
Yeah.
was there
I've got that book. Yeah, it's a good book. That
Was there three
Yeah.
more pages you just couldn't be bothered to read on?
Yeah.
No, it was just a little bit. And it
Was there a little picture, a cartoon picture?
no pictures? I just
And we
read
going,
it.
ow,
Look,
ow,
if
I
you don't
can
want to
hear.
know, if you don't want to learn, you know.
Yeah. Okay. It's not his fault. Let me have it's not his fault. You've got to save this. This has got to teach me something. It'll be an interesting story.
Right, it's not his vault. This fella.
Yeah. What year? Ages ago?
Olden times?
I'd say in the 70s.
Okay.
Would you? Any evidence for that?
And,
Does he wear flares in the story?
Right,
Is that your
it's-
reason?
no, it's a bit like Yuri Geller, this fella, right? Where he's electric.
He's electric.
And if he walks past the telly would fizz. If he walked past the radio, it all goes like that.
Ooh.
His hair stuck up all the time. And he'd be having a bath and everything would be all right. And then the power would sort of switch on in his body. And the electric in his body made him jump out of the bath. So...
What do you mean so? What is that so? What does that so mean? You've given us nothing. You've given us nothing.
You'd have to at least give us the scientific explanation.
Yeah.
Electric eels have 400 volts in them.
Oh, is this the running away again?
What was that one called?
Yeah, but
It's not his vault.
But there's a reason not his fault. It's not his fault. I thought it was going to be something about keeping it safe.
I think we should do these the other way round. I
It's
think you
not
should
his
tell us
fault.
the story and then we'll hear the pun.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault.
Right, let's leave it.
Play a tune.
Forget it.
Educating Ricky.
Doing it. We're not doing it.
No, we are.
What are you going for?
Oh, he can handle it, I think.
Don't worry about him. He candle it.
He candle it. Okay,
Sorry.
let's hear this one.
Right, are you familiar with the phrase burning the candle at both ends?
Yeah.
Do you know how it's come about?
I know a man who does.
I assumed that it was to get more light in the room.
How would that work?
Well, they'd put it sideways and light both wicks, so out of one candle they could get
No.
two. No, go on.
No, what it is...
Oh, it means you're doing too much, you're staying up too much,
Right.
you're not getting enough sleep, and you're...
Well, years ago,
yeah.
when they didn't have light bulbs and that.
Oh yeah, what year is this? Literally ages ago, specifically.
Yeah, quite a bit back.
Okay.
Didn't have light bulbs and that, so they used to have candles
When
in
did the light bulb come in? Because I can't remember at the moment.
don't know.
Okay, go on.
So, yeah, so they've got a light bulb.
You're not, you wouldn't know, you're a doctor, you're not a historian. Go on.
And people who worked a lot of hours, yeah,
How many? Literally lots?
they get up early in the morning because they have to be up early.
Yeah.
And it's dark outside, so they'd light the candle.
Sure.
And they'd wear it out a bit. And then they'd be getting in late as well.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, it's dark, I'll have to light the candle again. And they're burning candle at both ends of the day. So that's where the saying comes from, burning the candle at both ends. So,
All right.
that's a little lesson.
Yeah.
Lesson one.
Okay. Can I have...
No, you can't have
You
another
can't
one
rush
yet.
into them, Rick. You've got to.
I've got to soak in that.
You've got to soak that one in. Any questions for Carl off the back of that?
What do you think?
So people were... I mean, basically where this comes from is people were...
Literally burning the candle at both ends of the day.
Sure.
There you go. So we've still got...
Go on.
I'm committed to this treatment. And
I can't wait. This is like Christmas
Rick, I
Eve for
should
me.
just say-
It's like Christmas. I've got to open another present now.
No, I'm afraid we've got to save it. Rick, raw.
Nirvana.
Amazing.
We were just talking. We were getting excited about that.
Yeah,
weren't we?
got an incredible
Brilliant.
voice he has.
And Grohl drumming it's brilliant. You know, you're right. The new one from Nirvana. Well, it's time for Educating Ricky Part 2, isn't it? I'm excited, Carl. I'm going to learn so much from this. What's the choices again? What
Right, you've got left.
Still keep phoning your answers to
Email.
Email, sorry, yeah.
The answers to Rockbusters.
Yeah.
Right, okay, Educating Ricky, Part 2.
Right. I'm committed to this treatment.
Yeah.
Is one.
Oh, I've got to go for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the other one is the police are causing a bit of a stir.
He still says it like it's the best thing he's ever come up with, which
Yeah.
the way it is.
It could be. Right, go on in. I'm committed to this treatment.
Right. Do you know the saying?
Is it just sayings now? Are they all sayings? This
No,
week?
no, they're not.
Okay.
No, the other one isn't. Frog in your throat.
The saying "there's a frog in your throat."
Yeah.
I assume it's when you croak a little bit. You sound like a frog.
No. Right. Might seem a bit weird, this one. Right. But years ago.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, well, what is that clue? Committed to this treatment?
It's about frogs Kermitted. Kermit.
Probably works better with a K and an ER written down.
Well, also, if you pronounced it committed,
yeah.
but not committed.
Committed to this treatment! Right, go on then.
That's genius.
So yeah.
Well, what?
You go to the doctors and you go with throat hurting a bit.
Right.
And what they did ages ago.
Ages ago? What year was this approximately?
We are going back quite a bit with this one.
Oh, okay, go on.
And the doctor would say...
did history. Imagine years ago. Go on.
and the doctor would say, right, keep your mouth open. I need to look at your tonsils. And the jaw would ache a bit because they weren't as quick back then because they didn't have the technology and stuff, and they'd have to like stare at it and study it and stuff. And like they get an achy jaw, right?
Keeping their mouth open.
Yeah, like you get, you get a Mars bar or whatever. So they'd sat there and they used to always close their mouth, and it used to annoy the doctor. Right?
Oh.
So what they did, they used to get a toad,
right,
and put it in the mouth.
Rubbish.
Okay, keep talking. Keep talking.
And that way they couldn't close the mouth because either they'd squash it,
right,
or apparently you're not allowed to lick a toad's back.
So the doctor would have them for breaking the law?
No, but it's poisonous, right? A toad's back. You should never lick a toad's back.
Or put it in your mouth, really.
Oh, just stop for a second.
Wait. What?
Can I just ask one question?
Go on, yeah,
ask one question.
I've got a few, but go on.
Sure. My initial thought is, it sounds like a brilliant bit of sort of medical knowledge there. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
My only thought is, how does the doctor see past the toad?
Yeah.
Your tonsils?
What's he actually looking at with the mouth open? Surely the toad is
Isn't
in
it
the
like
way.
hopping around in the way?
It didn't say.
Sorry, and my first question is, was this on the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Carl, that is bollocks. That is, I mean...
Well, alright then. Let's turn this round. Where does the saying, you got a frog in your throat come from?
Probably because you sound a bit croaky. Probably that. Probably because you sound a little bit like a frog when you've got a sore throat.
Carl, did you not question it just for a moment when you read it? Just for a second, didn't you think that seems an odd approach? Firstly, why a frog of all the different
Because
species?
it's poisonous. A toad.
So a toad, so it's a toad as well.
Yeah, well, it worked. I'm committed. Worked.
No, my point is it's frog in the throat.
I was going to change it to, have you heard the news Toad Day? But I went with the frog.
Oh God!
Right, so
that's
think
rubbish.
about it.
So that's rubbish. Next, can I have
Let's play a tune. Let's come up with a
God.
Can I just say? No, just play it. Just play it.
Yeah.
Yo, Carl.
I have to thank my mate Dave, who sent me an incredible 4-disc compilation. That was one of the tunes on there.
It looks professional. It's amazing.
It's incredible.
The
Yeah.
effort
Oh,
is
he's gone to too much
commendable.
effort. Ben Queller. It's a track called "In Other Words" from his album Shah Shah.
Open wide. Oh dear, that's interesting. Oh, hey, doctor. Look, you've actually got a frog in your throat. I didn't get there. I put it in there. That's the most ludicrous story I've ever heard, Carl. Why don't you think when you read these things?
I think there's always going to be a bit of truth in all of these. I mean, that fella called up, didn't he, and said, I'm not sure about the, putting a frog in your throat if you got, problems with your tonsils or whatever. But he said years ago, if someone had toothache, they'd get hold of a frog and strap it to the face.
Yeah, sure.
So maybe down the line, maybe they did. Maybe they didn't do it for long.
I think Caligula made his emperor a horse and emperor as well. But I mean,
well, what about the frog thing with a poisonous back?
It's rubbish.
That's true. No, the toads have the secretions in the
Why?
But they didn't put it in people's mouths.
No, so well, I'll tell you why. When a badger or a heron tastes the toad, it's horrible. Ugh. The toad might die, but it's for the good of the species, because then think how many toads looking like that heron could eat in its lifetime. So the fact that one toad sacrificed itself, all those other toads in that heron's manner will be safe.
Why? I mean, we've talked about animals a lot on the show, right?
Yeah.
And when God made a toad,
Sure. Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop you there. I'm going to stop you there straight away.
Don't. Just let him carry on.
Right?
Okay.
Like, there's annoying things out there. Jellyfish is a big problem with me. I don't understand what they do in the sea and stuff.
Right.
All right, but we'll leave them.
God's
right?
problem for me, but go on.
We won't talk about jellyfish.
No.
With the toad, right? If it's to protect itself.
Yeah.
Right, now
So it's not to protect itself, it's to protect his species.
Yeah, but that surely, right? if the toad had a choice, if God said, right, what I'm going to do for you here, you can have something like a lobster's got claws, big claws, do have a fight. Or I can give you something that if someone's having a go at you, you've got to try and persuade them to lick you back as a defence.
Yeah.
What use is, right,
my God, sir.
Well, I tell you why.
What is God
The
up
fact
to?
that there are still toads around is a testament to that defence working. That's all I'm going to say, okay? If the toad had died out, you'd have a point. But they're still around. It works, alright?
And don't start slagging God off. He's got a lot on his plate. Basically, I think he took on too much.
Particularly in 1 week.
Exactly, it was crazy.
Danger High Voltage, Electric 6, XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant. Carl's getting all flustered because I put an elastic band around his head. And we've had a definition of...
Well, hang on a
frog
sec,
in the throat.
because there's an update to that, Rick.
Go on.
We did just have one definition here of a frog in the throat. Apparently this has come from some internet site, so who knows how convincing it is, but it says frog in the throat, meaning suffering from temporary hoarseness, needing to clear the throat. Origin from the Old English frogger, meaning hoarseness. That's from Chris. Now that sounds slightly suspect to me.
Why?
But frogger? I mean, it seems odd that it would derive from that when it so clearly appears to be you sound like a frog when you have a sore throat.
Yeah, but the word frog could come from Frogger, because it sounds like it's
I think it wasn't Frogger a game you could play on the on the Spectrum.
Spectrum,
That's a great
yeah.
game. But listen, hang on, there's an update to that, because just to
the common frog, of course, Rana temporara. That's the Latin name.
Well,
your toad is Buffo. All right?
You may be trying to show off, but I think you're about to embarrass yourself as well, because you've been slagging off young Karl.
Yeah.
It says here, another email, it doesn't tell us who it's from. Although it's hard to believe now, at one time, medieval physicians believed that the secretions of a frog could cure a cough if they were coated on the throat of the patient.
Yeah.
That in itself sounds repulsive, but what makes the idea even worse is the application of the secretions. Instead of painting the treatment on, something which may also have seemed rational, a live frog was placed into the mouth of the sufferer, where it remained until the physician decided that the treatment was complete.
Right.
Apparently Shakespeare's son-in-law, that's a question mark, I don't know what that means. Anyway, it's no wonder that today a froggy or croaky attempt at speech is said to be a frog in your throat. So, you can see that what's happened there is Karl's misread or been slightly misinformed about a medieval practice. In a sense, you're both winners, just for taking part. I'll bacon in the morning if you're sick of having me.
Right, I'm having that one.
That's brilliant.
Right, well, it's a saying. Do you know cold shoulder, giving someone the cold shoulder?
Yeah.
All right, if you have someone round at your house and, you try to get rid of them and they're hanging around and stuff, and you're like, oh, I wish they'd go, I'm tired and that. Well, years ago...
when? Literally years ago. Well, ages ago.
Sort of,
Olden times.
I think it said medieval times.
Yonks ago then, yonks ago.
Yeah. Medieval, yeah.
We're going back quite a bit on this
Well,
one.
you know when you find out these books, why don't you just pop down when it was?
Just make a note.
I don't think it says all the time. It just sort of says, a few years back.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Well,
Never.
All right, I'll make an effort next week.
Okay.
Right? So, it's annoying that, because my girlfriend said to me, just make a note at the time and they'll stop having a go at you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And I kind of thought, it's all right.
Didn't listen.
I don't think it matters anyway in this one. We're looking at the saying, right? So
Yeah.
it's giving someone a cold shoulder, right? And what it is, right? Ages ago, there wasn't enough houses for people.
Right.
Because there wasn't much money being made. There weren't big businesses. People weren't earning good money like they are now. So there wasn't as many houses, right? So what you ended up getting is like, the rich people having a nice place to live.
Oh.
And the poor people were like wandering about, looking for places to live and that. And what they ended up doing is they had like, people would go around to the mate's house and say, look, I haven't got anywhere to live. It's a bit cold. Can you let me stay? Right? So they'd go, all right, then you can stay a couple of days. But they ended up staying for like weeks.
Yeah.
Right? So to sort of get rid of them, what they'd end up doing, they'd be making the dinner, and they'd be making a lovely dinner, like a bit of meat, nice warm meat, and nice veg, gravy. And
This happened every time, did it? This is where the saying came
This
from.
is what happened, Rick.
This is what happened every time.
It was in that vague book.
The book of vague sayings and stuff.
Right, so they'd be making a nice meal, but what they did, they looked after all the family, but the person who won't go home, they just give them some, like, sort of a cut-off of cold meat.
Right.
So they'd say, you're giving them the cold shoulder. Meaning...
Right. Okay, that's rubbish. Absolute...
Carl, why would that necessarily work?
Yeah. Why do they always, in every situation when you want to get rid of a lodger, well, still feed him every day, but make the meat lukewarm. So
they always leave then.
Yeah.
Oh, this food's lukewarm. I'm going to become homeless
and they
again,
go,
wandering the
hold
streets.
on, are you giving me the cold shoulder? Yes. Do you want me to leave? Yes, just say leaving. No, I like to do it cryptically. That way, in years to come, someone will have a little saying about it.
Well, yeah, that was our bacon in the morning. If you've had enough of meat, we'll leave that.
Well,
Bacon in the morning! Oh, bacon in the morning if you've had enough of me!
come back. What are the others? Just tease us again with the others. We'll come back to those.
He's a bit of a nuisance, and we'll have a big fire tomorrow.
Nice, looking forward to that.
Right then, so we've got we'll have a big fire tomorrow.
Yeah, go on.
Is that the one you want?
Let's go for it.
Right, I think this was like round the 1700s.
Bluffing.
And
Just bluffing.
Who was the king then?
Don't know.
Go on.
But it's about the word bonfire, right? Bonfire.
Yeah.
Do you know where it comes from?
No, go on.
No.
Right, what happened is it's got nothing to do with Guy Fawkes and that, which is what I thought when I saw it. It's got nothing to do with that. But ages ago, at 1700s, right, they didn't have enough houses, like I mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if that happens, you get people living on the streets. You get diseases, people aren't cleaning properly. So you get more deaths. All right?
Yeah.
So think about it. You've got all these dead bodies lying around. They're running out of space because there's like, I don't know why they're running out of space, but they haven't got much. I don't know why really. I was going to say they should have just buried them, but there's probably more land back then than now. Think about it.
He doesn't need anyone else in the room to have a
conversation
dialogue.
with himself.
Yeah, we could leave and we'd come back and he'd go, I've sorted it. Yeah.
Well, anyway, for some reason,
they presumably, if it's going to be they burnt them, it's presumably to that it also kills the parasite or whatever's carrying the parasite on them, as opposed to burying them and not killing the disease.
Well, yeah. So there you go, you've worked it out. They piled them up and they turned it into a celebration because there was a lot of fed up people at that time.
Is this going to be the word bon, meaning good?
No, I'll tell you in a minute.
Go on.
So you've got all these people who are like going around and like, oh, so-and-so died the other day. And, nearly every week someone they knew was dying. Yeah. So you can imagine like just constant like being depressed. So, and they've got all these bodies lying everywhere. It's like, oh God, what are we going to do? So they said, we're all too fed up at the moment. Said, let's make this a better world.
This was 1701 by the time they got together.
Yeah.
So they said, what we need to do is have a big party. So they said, yeah.
Good thinking.
See what you're thinking. So they go, right, well, we'll put all the bodies in a big pile. And they're all diseased and that. So they set fire to the bodies. And they said, let's have this as a celebration to remember them by. And we'll have a drink and that and have a chat. We'll have this big fire going, and it came from bone fire.
Ah, right.
So it was all the bones. Bonfire is bone fire.
Yeah,
excellent.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
So that's how it came about.
Yeah, in the 1700s.
Yeah,
that was.
No, probably. Okay. I reckon it was 1600.
Probably earlier.
I reckon it was the plague. I reckon it came from.
But interesting stuff.
So that's.
Did you celebrate Bonfire Night? Is that a big celebration for you? Do you like the fireworks? I'm sick of fireworks. I just think they're rubbish.
I'm not impressed.
I've never been impressed by fireworks. Even as a kid, you have to go to like sort of community kind of gatherings with a bonfire and fireworks, and some local vicar or whatever would come out.
But I also think the adults think the kids love it, and if they just got together and said, "Should we go this year?" They'd all go, "No."
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's not go this year.
What would be better is if the vicar had wheeled out like a massive rocket, climbed in, gone last one to the moon as a bender, and then fired himself off. Now that, I'd pay to see. That's a firework display I'd like to see. As it is, it's just rubbish.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Feeling,
yeah, I'm not keen.
No.
Sorry, what clue was that?
We'll have a big fire tomorrow.
Bone marrow. Bone marrow. Genius. Let's play the record.
Oh, God! Oh,
Hippopotamus?
News.
Right, well, this one, it's... I'm not going to take the credit here. I heard Christian talking about this on breakfast, right? Because it's a good story that happened. Basically, I don't know if I told you about it last week when we were having our spaghetti, but
I think you did.
Right,
I know what it is. I know what this is.
Okay, I've not heard this.
right, there's a little midget. Right, there's a circus,
I'm loving it already.
Circus going on somewhere. I think it was in America. And
is that present day or old times?
I'm talking like in the last 3 weeks.
Okay.
Right, little midget. Circus, really packed out show. People are loving it.
Right, Steve, you're asked the same question I did. I know.
So there's a little midget jumping up and down on a trampoline.
What's what circus is this?
Right.
I pay good money to see it.
So everyone's clapping, and he's getting carried away.
Because he can't believe they're loving it. I didn't know they'd like a little person on a trampoline, but they love me.
But you know what it's like when if there's a crowd of people sort of encouraging you to sort of go higher and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he knew it was getting out of hand. But he was jumping and he was coming down the road going higher, and he's going really high in the air, right? So he's doing this. Crowd are clapping. There's a hippo, right, just sat next to the trampoline, getting ready to come on and do his act.
Oh, right, I thought he was in the audience.
There's a hippo getting ready to do his act, Steve.
Yeah. So
he's a ventriloquist.
What do you mean he's sitting by the trampoline waiting to do his act?
Because
why do they sit in the dressing room and they go, 5 minutes, Mr. Muss, 5 minutes, Mr. Muss?
So anyway, right, so the hippo's there.
He's getting annoyed, is he? Because the midget.
He's going, how can I follow this? This is really annoying. They're going to be, no.
So
he's thinking, he's already done the trampoline, my pogo stick act is never going to work.
Yeah, go on. So there's a hippo waiting. See, it's a great story, and I just know he embellishes it or it gets slightly wrong. Go on.
So
there's a midget jumping up and down. The hippo's getting annoyed.
The crowd are going mad. The midget's loving it. Can't believe his luck. Although you think he probably knows he's dicing with danger.
Yeah. So next thing you know, they're all saying higher. He gives it one big, like, heavy sort of landing on the trampoline. Goes really high, but goes off at a funny angle.
Oh,
hypotenuse.
Okay.
Yeah. And sort of flies off.
Hypotenuse!
Sure.
Flies off at a funny angle.
Ooh,
Hippo's there, swallows him whole. Crowd are clapping, thinking that's why the hippo was waiting there.
Rubbish. Rubbish.
It's not rubbish though.
But no, maybe there was an accident in a circus with a midget and a hippo, but at no point was this hippo waiting to go on, going, come on. The midget flew off at hypotenuse and landed in the hippo's mouth and was swallowed whole. This is what you embellish it. That is great. And
I have to say though, Rick, when I heard midget, trampoline, hippopotamus, I was thinking accident waiting to happen.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
maybe. I mean,
it is that you should never put those three together.
Never.
It's a recipe for disaster. Everyone knows that. Midget, trampoline, hippopotamus. Are you mental?
You're asking for trouble.
Well,
you know when he told me it, he said, and the midget. He didn't mention the hippopotamus, and he said the midget went on, and soon he fell off, and the hippo ate him. And I said, sorry, what was the hippo doing there? He went, it's a circus.
I've never heard of a circus having a hippo.
What do hippos do?
What can they do? You can't train them, can you?
What do you?
Aren't they like very deadly? They're huge, aren't they?
You can't have a hippo in a circus.
Are you sure?
You're not thinking of Zippo?
He's neither kind.
Yeah. No, and it wasn't some sort of where Zippo was eating a midget, and it's some sort of horrible sexual act.
No, it was definitely. I heard it on breakfast, right?
Oh, okay, sorry.
No, it's definitely fact.
Yeah, okay,
definitely
right,
truth.
okay, good.
Can you believe it? Can you believe it? So they're the two that are left. Which one's you going for?
Can you believe it? Is not that picture, is it? In that we saw.
Which picture?
The bloke with the...
No.
Right, okay.
God, that was bad.
Right, okay.
So...
I just better explain
We
that.
can't really discuss this on it, can we?
Well, we can. Steve brought in, Carl, the best book ever, which is, what is it?
I found it when I was moving house. It's an FHM publication, and it's kind of like lots of grotesque pictures and stories, and like a book of freaks and weirdos and
Carl opened it, and the first one was like...
At the back.
At the back.
Well, you couldn't believe your luck, could you?
What was it? What was number 50?
A bloke with 2 heads.
And he said, what's number 1?
Yeah.
And then number 6, there's a bloke who's a squid or something.
Octopus.
Yeah. yeah. He's loving it. At number 1, he said, well, it's just a fella under a rock. And I went, oh no, read on, I think I know about this. And it's the fella that was found, he caused a landslide while having sex with a chicken. And they pulled him up, and there he is, the chicken.
Right,
so Carl could not believe his luck. So it's not that.
Can you believe it?
I'll have that one.
You're going for that one?
Yeah.
Right, well, we've talked a lot on the show about...
We've talked a lot on the show.
Yeah. About animals without heads.
We haven't! We haven't! We talked about cockroaches could live without a head for 7 days.
Yeah, we talked about that. And then, of course, there was the well-known one about the fella who had his head cut off, and he
blinked.
He said to his mate, "Count how many times I blink when my head comes off."
Yeah, when you told it to me, you said his head came off, and he said, as his head was in the basket, he said, "Quick, count how many times I blink." And it was Nick Frost that had to go, "No, Carl, no, he said it before." I went, and that was lovely. So yeah, we've talked quite a lot about things heads coming off. Go on then.
Well, this one, right? Back in 1945.
You looked it up the date.
It's got a specific date. Wow.
Mate Jonathan sent this one. You know him as well. It's a lad at the BBC, right? He emailed this one in. So thanks for that. Chicken. It's called Mike.
There's a chicken called... Sorry, I missed a bit there. There's a chicken called Mike.
Chicken called Mike.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
What happened was, it was living on a farm, right? Loads of chickens knocking about. And the owner of the farm is like, getting ready for tea, and his wife says, go out and get a fresh chicken, because my mum's coming round. So he thinks, well, I want to get a good one in, because I want to impress her. Cause back then, even then, they wanted to impress the mother-in-law and that. So they said, all right, I'll just nip out and get one. So he sees Mike, chicken, running around.
Is this during the war or after the war?
1945, I'd say that was after.
No, it ended,
It ended in 1945.
Yeah,
Okay.
September, go on.
So, chicken's running about, he thinks that one, that looks alright, I'll have that one.
Mikey.
So he picks it up, and he cuts his head off.
Oh.
Puts it on the block, cuts his head off, runs about a bit, like they do. He thinks it'll stop in a minute, keeps running about. And what's going on here? Right? He's now like chasing the chicken without an head.
Yeah.
He's saying he should die in a minute. Anyway, doesn't die. Chicken's walking around with no head. Lives for 18 months.
Yeah.
Chicken with no head.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Well, I'll tell you, I've heard this story before, Rick, and the explanation, as I understand it, was that certain vital cords, spinal cords, weren't severed when the head came off. So that was why it continued to live.
Yep.
I don't know if that sounds plausible.
It's fine. Absolutely fine. How did it take on protein and energy?
The fella who owned it, he said, well, hang on a minute. He said, I could kill it now.
But I've got a wonder chicken here.
But he's thinking, it must really want to live.
Sure.
Right? If it survives that, I've got something here.
Yeah.
So what he does, he gets a little eye droplet thing that he used to use on it. Obviously not anymore. Right? And he filled it with grain and water. And it had a big hole in its neck where its head used to be. And he
incredibly.
And he dropped.
You know what? There's. I mean, that is possible. Then, if it, without infection, without infection, if he was taking on things, it is possible, right? Why?
Why what?
Why did he do it? How cruel is that? I mean, that was not cruel because the chicken obviously. He said if he thought it was a bit fed up, he would have killed it. He said, but it was running around quite happy. Well, it wasn't fed up at all because it had no brain.
Well,
what do you mean? Wow.
I'm just saying what...
It was nothing. It was just sinew and nerves and electrical impulses breaking down energies, right? That's all it was. It didn't have a brain. So it was... But I'm worried about the psychology of keeping a pet without a head. I'm worried more about what the farmer was thinking than the chicken.
I tell you this, the question I'm asking is, was the mother-in-law impressed? I mean, that's why he set out. That's why he set out to shot Mike's head off.
This is lovely, but it's just the head where you don't kill a chicken like that all at once.
I thought we were having chicken for dinner. Come and look at this, running around the yard.
Yeah. Oh dear.
So, there you go. You've learned something there.
Yeah, I have learned something.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, one more.
That farmer, I've learned that farmer was very strange indeed.
Yeah.
There you go.
I have to say, to be fair to Carl, I have a feeling like when I read it, the reason he kept it alive was as a novelty. He got charged people to come and see the incredible headless chicken called Mike.
Right.
So there we are.
That's great.
Am I gonna have to thump you?
Yeah.
Do you know the saying, shut your face?
Yeah, I've heard the well-known Shakespeare, isn't it?
Do you know how it came about?
No, Joe Dolce.
No,
Go on.
It's ages ago.
Oh yeah, literally.
Like knights who wore armour.
Okay.
That's armour gonna have to thump you. That's how it came about.
Okay, armour.
They wore all the stuff and they had the helmet, and say if they're guarding something at night, stood outside a castle or something, and there's probably going to be two of them, right? So they stood there talking and that, and talking about stuff, and
The future.
Sort of, medieval stuff.
One of them was like, "Oh, we should shut up. You know, I've been stood here for hours," and he's going on and on.
Yeah, sure.
So he'd say, "Shut your face," meaning shut the guard down on your helmet,
The visor.
and I can't hear you then. So shut your face.
Shut your face.
And that's how it came about.
Well, I suppose that's...
It would be interesting if I could just rely on it.
I'm not sure it's true.
I know. I just never know. I can.
It needs to be corroborated.
It's like I don't know where he got it from, but anything via Carl is precarious.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe you should give us your sources next time. You know, tell us where
I know,
you
but I'll
got
tell
this
you.
from.
Got it off the internet.
Yeah, but where on the internet?
I can't remember where that one was. I mean, I always go through like the news pages and stuff, and I
This news should be updated because they've only reached the 17th century, which was last week with people eating tomatoes off lead
but then
plates.
I'll look at
Go on, right, okay.
like what are you having?
What are they again?
Is the tip included?
Yeah, go on that one.
Right, in Turkey.
Nice.
It's not actually. That's where I went, and there was them little fellas after Suzanne in the kitchen.
What? What do you mean?
We went to Turkey.
You went to Turkey and there were some little fellas.
Well, they had quite a few sort of midgets working in the kitchen.
Why? Is it a theme?
No,
Was it a theme holiday?
I don't know. We might get them cheaper or something.
Was it?
So they were
get them
working.
cheaper?
They were working in the kitchen, and one of them fancied Suzanne and kept sort of eyeing her up, and she was winding me up saying, "Oh,
Not eyeing up and down, just eyeing her up.
fancy." Anyway, no. So
What
anyway,
was she doing in the kitchen?
no, it's like a pick what you want to eat type buffet, but you have people clearing the tables and that ready for you to come along.
Are they low tables?
And you know, he was just keeping an eye on her.
What did he say though? Was
It was Turkish, so I don't know what he was saying.
But he was
Little fella, yeah.
Did he
What do you mean a little fella? What do you mean little fella?
Sort of dwarf-like.
What do you mean dwarf like? He had magic powers or he was 4 foot?
No,
What do you mean,
A
Carl?
little bloke, just like a normal bloke, but small. If you stood him in the desert, you wouldn't know.
But he'd be hot at
nothing around
first.
him.
Right, Carl.
You should watch out for the monkeys.
Yeah, underground.
There's underground monkeys
Look,
are dangerous.
you can't just say there was a little midget fella who was eyeing up my girlfriend and then leave it. What do you mean? What was happening? This is a story to us. This is much more interesting to us than, and she was deaf, right, and she hit her head. That's much more
I don't
interesting.
understand how it manifested itself. Did he come over and say something?
No, do you know when it's like girls know, don't they? When someone fancies them.
What do you mean there was lots of them as well?
Do they? That's worth knowing.
Listen, right, come on, right. So you went into this holiday, yeah?
Yeah, wasn't
And you
like
went into the dining room or something?
Yeah, downstairs.
And
in
you
the
looked
dining
over
room.
This is all. There's no one serving.
Yeah, and they go,
Wait a minute.
hold on, you looked down and there was a little waiter.
There was loads of them running around busy.
Why though? Why did they
It
get
was summer.
What do you mean?
Because it was
There's
his
loads of them.
summer.
They had more of them
They
on.
come out in summer. They come out in summer.
What do you mean they had more? What do you
Because
mean?
it's busy, isn't it?
no, but they hibernate in the
Why
winter.
were they all midgets?
I don't know, maybe it doesn't heat stunt your growth or something.
No.
Well, they just happened to, maybe it was a thing that they did for tourists or something, I don't know. I just got on with my meal. It was a holiday, do you know what I mean?
God.
Right,
So it's a midget serving. I'm not going to ask any questions.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So they're all little fellas running around, and this one always was like, you know, oh, do you want a new serviette? You know what I mean? Going out of his way to sort of...
for turning on the charm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was going out of his way. The others weren't.
Right. I think what was happening is he'd been working with Santa all the winter.
Yeah.
This is like a little summer break.
This one
He
was
hadn't
your
seen a girl.
waiter, and so he was being polite to you.
Maybe.
But what did Suzanne say then?
Well, she was using it to wind me up.
What was she saying? Oh,
Just like, look.
he may be small, but he's
Well,
built like a...
Yeah, he's all man.
so
Were you jealous of a midget then? You were jealous of
it
him?
is a bit annoying, isn't it?
Why?
It wouldn't bother me as much now, because I've been with her for ages.
Right.
But at the time, that might have been one of our first holidays, and it's like,
You don't want to be
what's going on? I paid for this holiday.
And then you get off with a midget?
Yeah.
Oh.
So anyway,
But it doesn't matter because you got chatted up by a bearded lady. So.
tell you what, no, that's got nothing to do with that.
What were you going to say? What were you going to say?
I was going to say the hotel was half board, and maybe.
Oh, right. I thought you were going to say it's just one of her shortcomings.
So listen, right?
Play a record.
Right. Badly drawn boy, born again. Right, just get this educating Ricky out of the way. So, Turkey, yeah. So what is this again?
It's educating Ricky, is the tip included.
Right.
Apparently a fellow was on holiday in Turkey. He's just having a normal holiday. Weather's good. He's having a good time. And
Waiters are all normal height.
Yeah. He's having his meal. He hears a load of screaming going on in the kitchen.
No.
Has his girlfriend wandered in there?
And they do,
With a step ladder.
the circumcised people in the kitchen, and apparently...
What are you talking about?
Whoa. Slow down. We were
Sorry,
sidetracked there for a minute.
what are you talking about? I'm excited about two things at once here. One, they circumcised people in the kitchen. Two, I guessed it was someone losing the end of their knob.
He did, yeah.
I started thinking like Karl Pilkington.
Extraordinary.
That is amazing.
Apparently it was going on. It wasn't just a one-off either. Well, when I say a one-off, I mean they did it more than once.
Yeah.
Right? And there was... he was there for a week, and apparently the first night it was quiet, and then the rest of the week, every day, he'd be like having his breakfast, or even his lunch, or even his tea.
Yeah.
He'd be doing it all day.
Oh.
You'd be hearing
Lunch and
screams.
breakfast, fair enough, really.
Yeah,
Circumcision at tea time.
Don't do that.
And apparently it's a tradition over there. You can't even make a complaint about it. It's like, well, you should have found out before you come over
See,
it.
I can't believe this is
So
true.
I'm a little bit
I can't
lost.
believe this is
He was in a
true.
restaurant, in a hotel, and there were people having circumcisions in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I'm even worried that we're bordering on the racist here, suggesting that is tradition, that Turkish people cut the end of their cocks off in the kitchen
Yeah.
at meal times. I think you're wrong, Carl.
This just sounds ludicrous, Carl.
No, I don't think it happens everywhere.
Right.
I think this
Just in
Oh, this at this hotel.
certain places,
Certain hotels.
certain hotels.
What, is it like 2-star?
Yeah. Why did he go to the Foreskin Inn? It was his own fault, wasn't it?
So that's
Sorry, that's it, is it?
Have they closed?
Sorry, no, wait. That's the story. You educated me, right? Once a fella saw some Turkish people cutting the tip of their knob off in the kitchen. Thanks very much. Thanks very much, Carl. Got any more?
Well, there's things you can learn from it. Either don't go to Turkey,
No!
don't have calamari when you're over there.
Carl, you've done it again.
Well,
You too. I love that one. On XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl. Okay, Carl, one more.
can't we just...
Don't get the just because so far you've come up with nothing. What's the last one?
Give us the teaser clue
It
again.
was, I want to come here in hindsight.
I wouldn't have come here in hindsight.
Yeah.
Right, give me some education. This will be the thing that teaches me something. I can feel it in my bones. Come on.
There's a kid in Kenya. He was messing about with some beans.
Magic.
We guessed that as well. You did, yeah. He's fed up because we've guessed his puns, I think.
He put one of them in his ear.
Yeah.
The mum or the dad said, what have you done that for, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'll have to take you to the doctors now. So they took the kid to the doctors, and the doctor said, he said, I can get that out, I can sort that out for you. So he took it out, and the doctor said, right, that's £3.50. And the dad said, I've only got £2.70 on me. And the doctor said, right, well, and he put the bean back in his kid's ear.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I mean,
A couple of questions from me, very quickly. Are you sure that those were definitely the sums involved, were they?
Well, the equivalent of whatever the deal with in Kenya.
Yeah.
It was the equivalent of, you know.
oh, so what currency was it, Carl, that you translated into sterling?
I don't know. It was saying in the thing. It said the equivalent of.
£3.15,
Did it say that?
Yeah. So
did it say that?
Yeah.
Carl, look at me. Did it say that?
Yeah. It said that was the.
Did it say that?
Yeah. Yeah, it did. It definitely said that. Definitely.
Yeah.
So.
Oasis, Live Forever on XFM 104.9. Right, we're in the swing of things. It's mine and Steve's favourite bit of the whole show. This is what we do this show for now. Educating Ricky.
Yeah.
Go for it, Carl.
As you said, learning can't be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go for the one. What's the one about the butcher going down the butcher shop?
You've got get your kit on. We're off down the butcher's.
Yeah.
You going for that one?
Yeah.
Well, do you know the saying? Don't let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
Do you know what it means?
Yeah. Well, don't give away a secret.
Right. Well, do you know how it came about?
No.
Well, ages ago. Before like
ages ago. 17th century.
Yeah. Before like.
Yeah. 17's good. Yeah.
Before like proper butchers and Dewhursts and supermarkets and that. You used to get these blokes who sold meat. Right.
Butchers they were called then, I think.
Yeah, but the difference was they didn't stay in the same place, they moved about. Right, so they'd turn up on a street corner and he'd have like loads of carrier bags of like
Carrier bags?
Yeah, with meat in and that, and people would
plastic
be like,
carrier bags.
Yeah, with mobile butcher on them.
Yeah.
Right, so
and an email address.
Yeah, go on.
People went, right, yeah, I need some meat. Right, so they'd go up to this bloke and say, what have you got? And he'd say, well, I've got a you can have a bag full of pig, or you can have a bag full of chicken, whatever. Yeah. And they'd go, yeah, how much? They go, call it a fiver, whatever. Yeah. And they'd buy them, and to make more money, they didn't always fill the bag with what they said was in it.
Oh, I thought that might be the case.
Right. Yeah. So what
did
they used
ever
to do?
Put cats in there?
Yeah.
But I don't see what.
Okay, so sometimes they would put a cat in the bag and pretend it was chicken or whatever else.
Yeah, so
why was a cat any cheaper than a chicken? Because
cats are wandering around the streets, aren't they? Chickens aren't. So they'd get a chicken, they put a chicken on the top so that when they look in it, they'd go, yeah, that's all right. Got a bag full of chicken. They'd get home to make the dinner and they'd be like, what are we having tonight? And they'd go, well, you'll never guess. And they'd have like, well, you can have a chicken leg and...
but it wouldn't be a cat. Yeah. They'd have to defrost a pizza.
Yeah.
Did they mind that they were eating cat then? In those days?
He didn't say. He just was saying about the saying, don't let the cat out of the bag. It's like, if they see that, they're going to go mad.
Well, so it was the people that were doing this, it was the dodgy butchers that coined this phrase. Were they saying to each other, don't let the cat out of the bag? I.e., what I mean by that, Jack, is don't let them see the cat, what we've stuffed in there.
Yeah.
Dodgy butcher, there's another phrase, isn't it?
So that's the first one.
Is that a euphemism or is that dodgy butcher?
As his meat delivered around the back.
Sure.
So that's that one. So let's get your kit on.
What does that mean?
It's a euphemism for homosexuality.
Okay. And meat, presumably, in that means different things.
It doesn't. It's a word that is also a male
would
bird.
Would it mean chicken or cat necessarily in that context? Or well, I suppose it could.
Yeah. Carl's look at him. Carl looks at you like a cat. Yeah. Whenever we leave him behind, if we don't talk like straight at him and let him see our lips moving, and it's monosyllabic and very look, he's lost in that conversation there. He just drifted off, didn't you, Carl?
No, I just was also thinking on animals and that, something else I was going to use.
Go on. Alright, that's Aqualung. Good times gonna come, innit? Right, Carl, come on in, educating Ricky. So, don't let the cat out of the bag, that's where that comes from. Comes from a crafty butcher.